Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ariel Helwani Show!
Back in your life on this Tuesday, December 2nd, 2025. Hello again, everyone. I sure hope you're doing well. How are you? Oh, the weather outside is frightful, and the clouds are so delightful. I don't think that's how it actually goes, but bit of a storm outside, not quite snow, but something like it. And so I'm so happy that we're inside. I'm so happy that we're hunkered in. We're here. We're talking MMA. We're talking fighting. We're talking combat sports. And yes, if you are saying to yourself, Ariel, you seem to have a bit of a glow to you. You seem to have a little sort of je ne sais quoi. That is perhaps, and you are right, by the way, that is perhaps because I strolled into the office today with my brand new OVO X Buffalo Bills jacket, pullover, starter collab. What is that? I received this note from October's very own. You know that owl. We all know that owl. And it's, what did it say? Read it with me, Frank. 1, 2, 3. Ariel.
Welcome to the family.
You said it best. This is like, is this the official invitation? Am I now a part of the Six God Familia? Am I now a part of the Mafia? Like the multiple, there's the Bills Mafia, there's the OVO, does that, and do you feel the glow? Do you feel like, see, this is the thing. When you hitch your wagon to the wrong horse, i.e. the Kendrick Lamar horse, you're left with nothing. When you hitch your wagon to the right side, to the right horse, to good versus evil, to the victor goes the spoils. You know, what more can you say? So my kids, you know, they were loving it. We did an unboxing. Yeah, just sort of grateful, you know, just sort of thankful, you know, just kind of appreciative right now, taking a moment to reflect, taking a moment to count my blessings, and in a good mood as a result. I'm also in a good mood because we had a phenomenal show yesterday. We have an even better lineup today, a star-studded. Some call it super stacked. What do we call it around these parts, Frank? What do we call it?
Just another two.
Yeah, thank you, GC. You know, just when I thought Frank couldn't let me down once again, he doesn't complete the sentence. It's
what
just
he's
another
not
Tuesday.
telling you is he was engaged in a conversation with me.
I got 2 ears, though. One works for combos, the other works for the show, man.
Yeah, what else? What else is happening? What's more important than this? Great hoodie and apropos hoodie that GC is wearing. There it is. We got the champ.
Direct from England.
Yes. In his first interview, that guy right over there, the defending champion of the world, the baddest man on the planet, the pride of Wigan, the pride of Manchester, the pride of Great Britain, the pride of the United Kingdom, the pride of Poland as well. He's got ties to Poland. The great Tom Aspinall going to join us in his first live interview since UFC 321, since the eye poke, since all the craziness afterwards. No holds barred. Everything goes. 2 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. in the UK. Stay tuned. It's going to be, dare I say, LIT lit. Now, after that, we're going to be joined by Sugar Sean O'Malley, the former UFC bantamweight champion. He is returning to action on the 24th of January, UFC 324, first Paramount card. Song Yadong, big fight. Love that fight. Important fight at 135. Sean O'Malley going to join us at 3 o'clock. And then at 3:30, one of our favorites also fighting on that card. He is finally back. AAA, the almighty one. Arnold Allen going to be joining us to talk about his big fight against Jean Silva, where he's been as of late. There is much to discuss with AAA. I mean, what a lineup. This is just a tremendous lineup right here. Shout out to the Booker, by the way. The Booker is just on fire as of late. Aspinall, O'Malley, and Allen following yesterday's 5-pack of guests. And, you know, there's been so much news as of late. There's been so much going on. This is how I decide. When there's hot things happening, OTN has to be on a Tuesday because I know you guys are revved and ready to go. I know there's some hot tags that need to be tagged, if you get what I'm saying. I know you want it. I know you have some things that you need discussed. When it's a bit of a quieter period, we put it on a Wednesday. But Thursday was crazy. This past week was crazy. And so time now for everyone's favorite segment of the week. It is time.
It's time for On the Nose.
And as if today couldn't be any better, I got all the schmutz from my hoodie on my hair. I mean, thanks for telling me, guys. As if today couldn't be any more exciting, the long-awaited, much-anticipated return of Ireland's prodigal son. He is here. Yes, there he is. The one and only P.T. Carroll. Our long national nightmare is over. He is back from his séjourn. I mean, he was all over the country. He was all over the gaff. He was all over the continent. I mean, if you follow him on social media, you will see frolicking in the countryside. And I'm sure he's in fine form. I'm sure he's in great spirits. One of his own countrymen, what is his name? Charlie Smith hitting a 56-yard field goal for the New Orleans Saints over the weekend. One of the prouder moments, dare I say, in the history of Ireland. PT, what is the crack?
Crack is, I mean, there wasn't a dry eye in sight there when Charlie nailed that 56-yard field goal, no doubt about it. Just before they can bring it up on the show.
Yes.
Both Tom and Arnold have caught me with social media posts in the last month. And before they ridicule me, if they do attempt to, when they come on the show, I just wanted to come out here and say it openly. I caught the Aspinall post as I was frolicking in the countryside, and I didn't notice the goggles on him in the post. And I was like, whoa, Tom, I didn't see this coming from anywhere. He's like, are you fucking serious? And I was like, yeah, like I didn't expect this to be happening so soon. He's like, read it again there, buddy.
Wow.
Kid. And I also got caught with the Arnold Allen getting battered by a load of French lads.
Wait a second. Beep, beep, beep. The picture that Tom posted of him wearing goggles to promote a fake UFC 324 fight, I do think we even have the visual evidence. You thought you thought this was the real announcement?
You know.
It's tough.
Exactly. Thank you, GC. This is, I mean, in hindsight, you know what I mean? It probably looks a bit fake now. But, you know, just before he can say, I want to get it out there, I'm like Eminem and 8 Mile here. You know, just putting it out there first.
And then the story that Arnold Allen put out on his YouTube channel that he didn't speak French and so he got beat up by some Montreal thugs.
Because I know someone from Montreal, so I was like, I expect that. You know what I mean?
Ranked UFC fighter Arnold Allen attacked on Canadian streets for not speaking French. This story.
There you go. The New York Post, the prestigious New York Post also did it. So it's not just my fault. But I went a step further and reached out to Arnold being like, listen, man, that's shit. I can't believe that happened.
Yeah.
I mean, all right. And he was like, nah, that didn't happen, PT. I'm taking the piss. And I was like, oh, yeah. No, so am I.
Yeah. All right. Okay, well, I'm glad that you got ahead of it. We will not allow them to slander your name. We have missed you. We know that yesterday was a post-Thanksgiving Monday show, and you have historically said that you don't work. Yeah, you have always said that you don't work on the post-Thanksgiving Monday show. And so here we are, and we have a lot of things to discuss, PT, because you have yet to weigh in on all the craziness that has transpired over the past 5 or so days. Of course, no crack. Everyone was very sad about that. But of course, Thanksgiving, I know, big holiday, and there's a lot to get to. So let us get to it. Shall we get to it?
Yeah.
Let's get to it. As fate would have it, first question to you, PT.
Okay.
Gavriel. Hey, Ariel, question for Pizzi. Regarding the well-documented ancient rivalry between Ireland and Dagestan, where do historians first trace its origins? Why am I having a hard time reading this? Was it
tough.
A, when St. Patrick famously banished all Dagestani wrestlers from Ireland? B, the 16th century battle between Prince Habib and Connor, I'm not going to say those names, the Great Sea Russia versus Ireland war for potato distributions rights across Europe? I didn't know about that one.
Well, they're all through so far. So,
okay.
I mean,
it was just three options.
Yeah, I mean, it's all of those things. All of them happened. And look, as I've told the lads, there's a different mood about the country now that Dagestan v Ireland 26 is happening. I mean, we think this is the one. We think we're going to finally get it back.
Some say part 2, some say part 5.
Some say 26. There has been one victory in the storied battles between Dagestan and Ireland. One for Ireland, as I know. I'm looking into it. I'm parsing through documents as we speak. So I believe that's one victory in 15 or so, maybe 20.
Okay.
But, I'll keep you posted.
All right. Well, you'll get that one. It's going to be a big year for you guys. World Cup qualification, get one up on the Dagestanis. Finally, your bitter rivals.
Yeah.
It's going to be huge.
Yeah.
Going to be huge.
McGregor at the White House. I mean,
Oh my God, that too. Yes. No more Mr. Nice Guy says, Ariel, are you the type to do something but tell your kids they can't do it, or would you allow it if they were of the age with you or around you in a safe environment? Example, if you were a PRJ indulger, would you tell your kids no weed smoke, or would you normalize it and allow it in moderation as long as they are good kids? I'm not. So, but I get your point. I'm not a hypocrite, but sometimes I do feel like I'm a hypocrite. Like I have a phone and my son doesn't have a phone. Now I do think that there are certain things that, you reach a certain age and then you should be allowed to use them. So maybe I'm being too hard on myself. That being said, I don't really drink alcohol at all. Can't even remember the last time, maybe a sip here or there. I don't drink wine. I don't do drugs. So I'm not faced with this. I don't know how I would react. Frank, you're a known, consumer. How do you deal with this dilemma?
I mean, they're going to experiment one way or the other.
Sure.
So the best thing to do is just teach them the risk of doing such things and be there for when it happens. The most important thing is keep an open dialogue with them. Don't shun it so much to where they're afraid to talk to you about it.
I agree. I think that's...
Also, you had a beer last Wednesday.
I did have a beer.
You had a little brewski with the boys last one.
With the
And then
boys.
I wasn't going to say
you
anything.
blacked out and continued to drink beers.
No, you're 100% right. And you're 100% right. And thank you for calling me on that. That was a goodbye party, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it was a great vibes.
It was a great vibe.
I thought it was a
little
welcome
Pilsner.
Jordan back party.
Yeah. I mean, just look at Rick's reaction to us reminiscing about said vibes. I mean, he's locked in right now.
He's three
reviewing-
stages deep in a Magic game right now.
What are you doing right
The
now?
vertical phone. He's not matching.
Yeah, he's texting. He's texting people. Now, here's the thing. We went to this Ukrainian restaurant. Can we give them a shout out?
Selka, shout out. Pierogi's unreal.
One of the all-time great meals.
Latka's unreal.
PT. Matzo ball soup, latkes, borscht,
Oh yeah, the borscht. is
pierogies of
Borscht sausage.
Schnitzel.
beet soup.
beet soup.
Okay.
It's unbelievable.
We had pierogies that were fried, but also steamed.
Boiled.
Boiled. The boiled way better than the
I
fried.
tried
Way
to tell
better
you.
than the fried.
Tried to tell you.
A wide array of fillings in the pierogies. There was one that was like, what was it, beef short rib or something?
Oh yeah, the beef short rib
It was
fried.
phenomenal. Gosh.
Shout out to Veselka.
Then schnitzel on the back end, and we topped it off with an incredible dessert. It was like
Honey cake.
honey cake with what? With like sour cream or ricotta?
Sour cream. I got one to go, and like when I watched it on the restaurant eating it, I was like, that looks okay. Like
Phenomenal,
I'll
right?
take a bite or two when I get home. Whole piece was gone in 30 seconds.
Couldn't recommend it more. I got to be honest with you. My Thanksgiving was kind of ruined because I was still full the next day.
Oh yeah.
And then Rick and I
tough.
did the veteran move. We got a blue and yellow cookie to go for the I got 3 actually. I didn't realize they were that big. They were like the size of my head. Instead of the black and white pizza, blue and yellow for Slava Ukraina. You understand?
Very nice.
Yeah.
Is this like some type of massive fight feast for Usyk's next
Yeah.
fight or something?
They did it.
Yeah, we actually have been
Did it
there
last
for-
year.
for
And we
our
went.
buddies.
We
Thanks
went.
for watching.
Jeez,
Yeah,
Pete,
thanks for
appreciate it.
watching.
Any other brain busters?
Favorite
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah,
What
we
else you
appreciate
got?
it.
What else you got?
I appreciate it. Shout out to Veselka though, all time.
Oh, tremendous. How you spell that?
Veselka.
Lower East Side, right?
Yeah, East
Yeah.
Village.
Tremendous.
Technically Ukrainian village.
Oh yeah, Slava. Guys, we do have some breaking news.
Uh-oh.
I wanted to address this off the top, and I sort of forgot I was all crazy over the return of Pizza, the OVO. Some big news. I love the media rights news. Some big news out of the world of pro wrestling. Total nonstop action wrestling, TNA wrestling, which has had seemingly 15 lives in this business. I've said in the past, maybe not 6 feet under, but definitely 5 feet under. And they've enjoyed a resurgence in large part due to their relationship as of late with NXT and WWE. They announced this morning a new TV deal with AMC. How about this? First time AMC is airing pro wrestling. Here's a little teaser for you. It starts January 15th. I believe that was Jeff Hardy. It's a great looking shot. That's Matt Hardy, and that's Jeff Hardy. Anyway, January 15th from Texas, live Thursday. Now, their first show is live. They don't specify in the release if every episode is going to be live. Maybe it'll be one of those things where like they have one live show and then they pre-tape next week's show from that same venue and they go one week live, 1 week not live, et cetera, like WWE used to do back in the day. But this is huge in a day and age and in a climate. You see the release right here, the tweet from TNA, where Top Rank still doesn't have a deal, and it's been almost 5 months since their last show. Golden Boy's deal is up with DAZN. Matchroom's deal next year up with DAZN. What else? PFL's deal up with ESPN at the end of next year as well. It's a big coup. Now, I don't know the details. I don't know if it's a barter. I don't know if it's a time buy. I don't know if it's a massive, multi-million-dollar deal. I don't know. But I think it's very good for a company that, like I said, has had some trials and tribulations. They were on Access TV. They were on Discover America. Their heyday, of course, they were on Spike TV. I'm happy to see this. Very excited about it. And I think it's great for the business. So, there's people arguing online, oh, is this because of WWE? Did WWE help them? Who cares? Honestly, who cares? I understand what, Matt Hardy said, and I kind of agree with Matt Hardy. I think that WWE is in business with them to kind of box AEW out. But all's fair in love and fight promotion, and TNA is benefiting from this. I think they have a solid product. And like I said, they've had many different iterations. To see them on AMC is a big freaking deal. AMC, may I remind all of you, I know you guys are new to the TV world, but like Mad Men, right? Breaking Bad, they were on AMC, right,
You said
guys?
that so
Walking
confidently.
Dead.
You knew.
Yeah, Walking Dead, lest we forget.
Walking Dead has a
Preacher.
million spinoffs now.
I mean, this is a big time channel.
Oh yeah, I mean from like 2008 to like 2006 to like 2014, they were
Crushing it.
They were major.
They were in like the HBO mix of great original series, right?
Prestige television, they had
Yeah.
a stranglehold on for a bit. Yeah.
So anyway, I think this is great for TNA. Congratulations to everyone involved. I'm very excited about it. Okay, we continue, gents. Oh, I like this one. This is from Lex. Hey, Mr. AH, with all respect, why do you care that Kayla and Amanda are the co-main when you were the one who told us time and again, who cares that Bo Nickel is on the UFC 300 main card? Much love, just playing devil's advocate. Oh, I'm so happy that you've brought this to my attention because others have tweeted it and said it and written it to me. There is obviously a massive difference between being in a non-title fight anywhere on the card, you're not a champion, you're not fighting for the belt, and you are the undisputed champion, you're a two-time Olympic gold medalist, and you are fighting the greatest of all time, and you're that close to the top, but no, we think that you'd be better off in the co-main, and we're going to put a fake interim title fight above you. If you can't see the difference between Bo Nickel being the 5th fight, or the 6th fight, or the 4th fight, or even the 8th fight, and Amanda and Kayla being this incredible fight that we've been talking about for years, for the undisputed belt, which also signals the return of the greatest of all time, and they used to be teammates, and all the history involved there, double champion, two-time Olympic gold medalist, everything there, everything on their resume combined, being good enough to be all the way up, but not quite at the very top of the card, then I don't know what to tell you. There is a massive difference, a gigantic difference. Like, I actually think if you wanted to start the card with Amanda Kayla, I'd be less upset because all this means to me is you think they're good, but just not quite good enough. If you start the card with them, now this is a strategic decision. Like, we want to come out with a bang. We want to start the new era with prestige. WWE does this from time to time. They'll start with a big, fight. I don't love it, but I can't believe, I still can't believe, and again, I'm not going to belabor this. I'm not going to harp on this. Amanda's at peace with it. Kayla's at peace with it. God bless. But to me, what it told us was they're good enough, just not quite good enough for the main event spot. And I can't believe that. Now, again, if it was an undisputed title fight above them, regardless of weight class, go ahead. God bless. But it's not. It's an interim title fight that doesn't even feature the number one contender, doesn't feature a former champion, doesn't feature anything like that. You've got the great prestige of Justin Gaethje trying to become the two-time interim champion for the first time ever. No one has ever won an interim belt twice. The dubious distinction. It's crazy. So yes, there is a massive difference. PT, we haven't heard from you on this topic. Do you think that this is as insulting as I do, or do you think that it's much ado about nothing?
I think it's not too shocking given the UFC these days. Like, they're going to prioritize what they think is most exciting, what most people want over everything else. I understand your position on it, but I think in this day and age, it's not too. I mean, I would have predicted they would have went this way. Honestly, like, it's they always go for the biggest spectacle, whether that be the most prestigious, over everything else, and that's what that seems to be here.
Yeah. Again, as I said, I'm not going to belabor, but I'm a stickler for the prestige. I'm a stickler for the belts. I'm a stickler for the history. And I just feel like ultimately at the end of the day, I don't think less people watch this card. I don't think less people watch this card if Amanda and Kayla are headlining over these guys. I'm not saying don't have Justin and Patty on. I'm not even saying don't have them fight for the interim belt if that's what you really want. Just have them in the co-main event and end the night with the prestigious undisputed title. Now, Sean O'Malley, by the way, Sean O'Malley is going to be joining us later, and he disagrees with me. I was watching his show this morning, the Bro Malley Show on YouTube. Highly suggest checking it out. He disagreed with me. Here's what he had to say about it all.
Ariel Helwani, love Ariel, love Uncle Ariel, going on a show on Tuesday, was mad that it wasn't main event Kayla Harrison versus Amanda Nunes, and they should have been co-main Justin, Patty. And I'm like, Ariel, what are you smoking, brother? What are you smoking? UFC is a goddamn business.
The first fight, too, of Paramount.
And they are not going to put Amanda Nunes versus Kayla Harrison. It's a big fight, women's history. Yes, I get it. We want to watch Patty versus Gaethje at the end of the card. We don't want to watch.
Why?
Amanda, they're co-main. I like that. I should be opening up the pay-per-view. I should be ending the prelims. But I think the card's, it is where it is, and I think that's okay.
Why does it have to be last, though? We're going to talk about this with all the love and respect in the world, but why does it have to be last? I don't get it. The belt, the big belt, the undisputed title needs to be last. And if you don't think that it's good enough to hold its own, to be at the top of the bill, then why are you in that business? That's what I'd like to know. Why are you in that business?
Is there anything to be said that, like, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I am a complete novice when it comes to this. Is this kind of like a WWE build, the way they build a card? Like, sometimes I always look at them and I think, oh, I didn't expect this to be here. Or sometimes I'm looking at it from a traditional boxing or MMA card build and I see like a title is on very early or something like that. Is there anything to be said to that? Like, it's an influence from there?
I mean, I'm sure that there's a lot of people who got together. There's a lot of attention on this card. I'm sure there's a lot of people who got together and said, what's the best way, or what's the most exciting way, or who's the biggest name that we can. And by the way, I think that the plan was, I know the plan, it was Ilya versus Patty, and it didn't work out. And so then you have to adjust. And if it was going to be Ilya versus Patty, which I had no problem with if that was going to be announced and booked before Armin fought, that would have been an undisputed title fight. And that would have been totally fine at the top. But there ain't no announcement. The fight was never made. To the best of my knowledge, it was never even signed. It was never, like, that's what they wanted, but life got in the way. And so, to me, it should have been Patty versus Armin, co-main event. If you want it to be for the interim title, fine. I said yesterday, I don't think an interim title needs to be made. Ilya just fought in June. Co-main event to the undisputed title fight. Armin told us he's available. I don't think he's lying about that. It's 2 months away. You're not doing Armin, fine. Patty versus Justin, co-main event, 5-round fight. Why not? And the other problem is, of course, that we haven't brought up, but we did bring up yesterday. Now what do you do with Armin? Are you gonna have the winner of Patty versus Justin fighting Armin for the interim title? It's gonna be Tom Aspinall all over again? Or is the winner of Patty versus Justin going to fight Ilya and then Armin gets skipped over? Or are you going to do Armin versus Ilya and then the interim belt is just useless? Mess. Steve Buscemi, why is Cejudo a 3-1 underdog against Talbot? Am I missing something? Help me decipher this. I know this is purely MMA math and therefore not credible, but Barcelos held him down for rounds. Cejudo's not going to? Is it the height difference? The fact that he's washed? Help me understand why this isn't going to go the same way as the Barcelos fight. What do you make of this GC, these odds? 3-1. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess Talbot bounced back in his last fight. Cejudo's been on a bad run as of late. He's getting older. I guess the thought is that Talbot's on the way up, Cejudo's on the way out.
Do you agree? Like, do you like him?
I don't know. I'm probably not going to bet on that fight. But if you feel so strongly, just take the bet. You don't need someone to explain to you the odds. Like if you feel so strongly and you see him as a big underdog, take Cejudo.
Triple double. Why do all these proud American athletes work with? I'm just going to replace what he wrote with Ali. Do they believe this information isn't true, or do they convince themselves it isn't a thing? I think they all think that it is interesting that there's a lot of proud Americans who do work with him, and I think that they think that he is very good at his job. They appreciate his loyalty. They appreciate his relationships, his work ethic, and he does right by them. That's what they think, and I guess they are comfortable living with that. Kuro's dad, another question, Ariel, why don't you read the most popular questions instead of sorting by newest? Lets the fans decide what questions you answer based on what they want to hear, I guess. I usually start there, but I jump all around. To be honest, some of the questions aren't good, or some of them I don't want to read, and I'm reading them quickly on the fly. I never look beforehand, but I always start with most popular. Left Leg Cemetery, Goat Connor. I'm starting a new job in January. My boss, a longtime friend, is not a sports guy. Any strategies for getting him to start casually watching MMA in hopes of the sport fully engulfing him to the point of having a stranglehold on all of his time and finances and at the expense of his family? Thanks for the picks. You consistently make me money on Saturday nights aside from the Parlay Pals picks. Of course, it's tough.
It's tough. Hey, Parlay Pals on a one week winning streak here. He's not a sports guy at all, and you're going to get him into MMA? I guess that is a strategy, because a lot of the times people that love MMA don't like any other sports. I don't know, man. You just got to get lucky with a card, right? You just got to show them one card and it happened to be a banger. Or the personalities.
Yeah.
Get them hooked onto someone.
Tell them, hey, look at this guy. Did you see this? Or come, you might have to say like, come over, or let's go out. Let me show you this fight.
Yo, come hang, man.
Yeah.
We'll chill. We'll kick it. And then you casually put them on.
Yo, check this out.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I've always felt that way. Like, once someone gets emotionally invested in a character or two, and now they get into that journey, they will start to gravitate towards, oh, this is kind of fun. I like how this makes me feel. This is kind of a cool thing. Oh, these fights. And then, of course, if you're into the gambling thing, it's very fun to gamble on it, because you can make your parlays and it's all in one little neat package. It's 13, 12 fights, blah, 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 blah.
Hit a parlay with them and get them a favorite fighter, and
they're
they'll
on
be
board.
hooked. Arnold Allen, look at this guy. He sharded in a Nando's one time.
How could you not love him?
How can you not love him?
Mr. Miyagi, Ariel, whatever happened to your old mate Killishaw? Maybe an on-air welfare check is needed. And do Frank, GC, or Andy know about the legend of Killishaw? Do you guys know about Killishaw?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, bro. Killishaw was around for like a year or so when I started.
Spotify Live days, right?
Oh, yeah.
PT, he was a legend. And then, like, I think, if memory serves me correct, like, Forrest, did we like tie Liverpool or beat Liverpool, which happens all the time these days? And then he got so mad that he just kind of disappeared and turned into like a massive hater or something.
Torn heel on TSD one day. I remember that.
He did, yeah. Can I tell you, I actually looked at his Twitter account when we beat them again 3-0 a couple weeks ago, and I thought about sending him a cheeky little tweet, but then I was like,
He's big business now, man.
Yeah.
9,900 followers.
Damn. He was great. I remember the first time that he came on our live
funny,
show on Spotify Live. He was tremendous. That was the best part of that show, because we were able to like have these interactions with these characters, and we got to know them. And the apex, of course, was the night Leon beat Kamaru Usman, host of
But Killishaw will be having
podcast.
beefs with people on the show. The various people will be calling in.
Oh,
He'd
my
be starting
God.
to beef with them. It was insane.
It was a good time.
I'll say also, scrolling pretty deep in his Twitter, it's all football.
Is he a big crypto guy?
A little bit of F1, crypto sprinkled in there. I'm not seeing anything about MMA.
Okay, maybe he's just off the wagon completely.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute since we got an MMA tweet.
This is from Pizzi's Ashtray. GC, please blind rank these eats for a big night out. All right?
All right, this is what I'm eating before I go out for the night, or it's just
After.
After a big night out.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
all right, sweet.
Kebab. It's a very Euro.
Yeah, three.
Pizzi, you agree with that one?
the kebab, like the drunker you are, the better it is, you know.
We're kicking off with the kebab. I need to hear the other four.
Yeah,
Burger.
no, that's fair.
Burger.
That's fair.
Oh, you said a burger?
Yeah.
Like a 4.
Yeah,
But if I'm getting a burger, it's like McDonald's. I don't need like a gourmet burger after a night out.
Pizza.
4. Pizza's great too.
Fries.
5. That's just like a side dish. What does that leave me with? 1.
No, there's 2. There's 2 more.
Okay,
There's 6.
6. Fuck.
Fried chicken.
Fries 6. Fuck. Fried chicken like a bucket of KFC or chicken tenders?
And he just said fried chicken.
A bucket of KFC, 5. Chicken tenders, 2.
I scrolled down very quickly, and the last one made me laugh. Now, I don't want to read it the way in which he wrote it, so I'm just gonna like censor it a little bit and say,
Oh no.
Gordon's
no.
on encrusted steak.
No, I can already tell where this is
No,
going.
Frank-
Don't read
Frank's-
it. Don't read
Frank's.
1, baby. Absolutely
well
1.
done.
Oh yeah, that was incredible. I'm glad I left
played.
1 open for that.
Frank, I censored some of it.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it.
Frank's mom's ass is what it was.
There's more. There was actually one other word. There was one other word.
Frank's mom's
Juicy?
No comment. No comment. No comment. No comment. No comment.
I love it.
Kevin from Ottawa. Hey, Ariel, let's look behind the curtain, or as you say, break the fourth wall. Let's. Why do you wear your headphones backwards? The BITE have their headphone cord coming from their left side, whereas yours comes from the right side. And when you joked about screaming at them for talking in your ear, your headphones fell off, and then the left side had the R in them. Kevin, wow, this is
Deep cut.
okay. So Frank, this man is right, Kevin.
Yes.
It does say L,
Right.
and I have it on my right. I think the reason why we did this was
Where the mic stand is.
no, because the cord would then come.
Right.
Yeah, come across. So GC, you wear it like this?
Yeah, they wear it properly.
No, mine is not.
No, when
Mine
you
is-
sit here.
No, I don't
He
wear the
wears the
headphones.
IFB.
Yeah, I wear IFB.
Thanks for watching. Cable's usually on the left.
That's why I didn't remember. Yeah, this feels weird. This is tugging. So we have like a little box here, and it feels weird that it's like tugging this way. I guess why do we have the box here? Oh, because of the mic. Like why couldn't it be this way?
Can you swap the headphones back? I feel uncomfortable.
It is
watching
weird.
this.
It's like
Your head looks a little bit weird.
yeah, it's weird. And you know what's weird about it? The left just feels better.
Yeah, and to answer their question, like he's not listening in stereo. It really doesn't matter. But if he was listening in stereo, I would absolutely insist you put him on right.
Here's Darren. Hi, Ariel. I have a scenario for you. You are minutes away from boarding a solo 10-hour flight. You rush to the airport bathroom, but your AirPods fall out of your pocket, golly, and scatter across the floor.
Oh.
I feel like this is something that I've encountered. What do you do next? You don't have the time to go buy another set. Do you leave them where they are or pick them up and take the risk on your flight? Oh, what a nightmare. I think, can I wash them? Can you wash AirPods?
No.
No chance.
What do you
Not this
do?
scenario.
That's a crazy scenario, but I feel like that's something that could easily happen to any of us.
Wipes. You grab a few Lysol.
So I have wipes in my backpack at all times,
Wipe them off.
and then you just kind of, you succumn to it.
What do you mean? You're cleaning it.
I know, but you just kind of succumb to the grossness of it all.
It's not gross. You've just
get a
cleaned
new
it.
pair.
Airport
Sanitized.
bathroom
new pair.
It's sanitized.
is
It's fine.
awful, is awful.
It's all
Get a new
good.
pair.
All right, I guess that's what we're doing.
Just on the floor?
Do you guys believe in
Did it fall into the urinal? Did it fall into the toilet?
No, floor.
All right, so then
It's
just wipe
as
it off.
Piss soaked floor.
Yeah, piss soaked.
Floor's worse than
guys-
the toilet.
Do you
What
guys walk into
airports
the
do y'all
airport and
go
just
to?
piss all over the floor? Is that what you
Piss soaked.
Have you
guys
seen
been to
the
Dublin
bathroom
Airport?
floor?
Do you
No,
guys
I have not
believe?
seen the Dublin airport. No.
Do you guys believe in airport calories not counting?
No.
Yeah. So you believe in it?
No.
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. I believe in it.
That's not a thing.
What do you
Hang
mean?
on,
You just
my
crush
head is
food?
melting. What are you saying?
Like you can have a Cinnabon in an airport and it won't hit the same way.
Is this like how Google Maps doesn't count towards screen time? Is this?
Yeah, 100%.
There's certain things that just don't count because I
You just
want them
can't-
not to.
You just can't count them.
This is from Willy Wonka. Rick, do you get buzzed on the wacky tobacco before seeing horror films in the theater?
No, I'm not much of a smoker in general, so no.
All right. Here's Grant Young, 2-part question. If you and the boys in the back had to choose one streaming platform, which would you choose right now? And if you were just a fan with no MMA-related job requirements, would that first answer automatically be Paramount Plus on January 1st?
HBO.
Is it Netflix the easiest, most obvious choice?
Oh, I'd actually probably go Hulu.
Wow,
Over
Hulu.
Netflix.
I never use Hulu.
I love Hulu.
What do you watch on
HBO till I
Hulu?
die.
Various things, we got every episode of Modern Family. Got a lot of good movies. Smiling Friends comes on there. Attack on Titan is on Hulu. I've been watching that. The anime.
Okay.
You use any Crunchyroll, Connor?
Yeah. Been ripping DBZ on Frank's Crunchyroll app.
What the hell is that?
That's the anime streaming service.
Okay. And so
He said non-MMA fan, right?
no, he's saying you don't need you don't work in the business, but you're a fan.
Oh, Paramount
okay,
Plus.
then yeah, Paramount.
It would
Yeah,
have to
Paramount.
be, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I guess it would have to be.
It also has the challenge. I mean, between the challenge and MMA, like I'm sorted for the rest of my life. That's great.
SpongeBob.
Also, Champions League,
Every
care.
Mission
Don't care about
Impossible.
that.
Europa League.
No, kid. Don't care.
Yeah, I guess it would have to be. If I'm a hardcore fan, but I don't work in this business, you would miss out on every single card. Every single card is going to be on Paramount Plus. Prelims, main card, everything. So I guess it would have to be. If we're going to ignore that, I'd say Netflix, obviously.
Netflix
is the best, yeah. Biggest platform in the world, 300 plus. Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua, live and exclusive on August the 19th. No, not August, December the 19th. Now, yesterday, guys, there was a story. Pete, did you happen to catch the story of Katie Taylor versus Ronda Rousey being a thing?
Yeah, that is insane. I didn't think Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua would be topped, but here we go.
Okay, so here's the thing. Like, I don't want to put the cart before the horse. I personally think it's like I don't want to say pie in the sky idea, but I don't think it's like being finalized. I don't think.
Oh, hang on. So they've done what Eddie Hearn initially thought they were doing with the Joshua fight. That's what they're doing here. He was like, "Are you using Anthony Joshua?
Who's you?
Is Jake Paul using Anthony Joshua to kind of make a big media storm? It turns out he isn't. This is an actual fight. But
Sure.
remember, he said initially his fear was that was what was happening.
Yes, sir. Okay, and now who are you thinking is doing that here?
Well, I think would Ronda Rousey be using Katie Taylor to prop herself up into a big spot?
I would.
if it's her boxing debut?
I would think it's the opposite.
How dare you?
No, I'm not saying anyone is using anyone, but Katie's the one that's already commented on this fight. Ronda hasn't.
Right.
So Katie is the boxer. I don't see a world where Ronda is like, yeah, I'm coming back and I want to fight Katie Taylor. I see a world where Ronda is teasing a comeback and someone is saying, let's go after that. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, I get you. Terrible idea. But
Do you think it sells? Here's the thing. I think Katie versus Holly Holm sells more than Katie versus Ronda. Like if Holly wins on January 3rd, she's fighting Stephanie Hahn for the belt, then I think you do Holly versus Katie in Ireland. I think that's a bigger fight and a more interesting fight. Holly's a boxing Hall of Famer, a former champion, the one who beat Ronda Rousey. Ronda hasn't fought in 10 years and isn't a good striker. Makes no sense.
yeah, that I will absolutely agree with all of that. What I will say is I've got more text messages about any Katie Taylor fight ever about this story than any one of the fights. Even when the first fight against Serrano, the first women's fight to headline Madison Square Garden, the being on the Jake Paul v Tyson undercard, I got more messages about this Ronda Rousey fight than I have any of them.
People interested or not?
Just not interested, but just like, what the fuck is going on here? You know?
You guys are out of your minds if you think that Holly Holm versus Katie Taylor is more compelling than Ronda Rousey versus Katie.
Wait a second.
That's a sporting contest.
When you say compelling, what are you talking about?
It's more of an
I'm not saying it's
fight.
bigger. I'm saying it's just a more.
You said that just a second ago.
I didn't say it's bigger. I said it's more. It's a more even fight. If
no, but you said people will want this more. They will not. Nobody will want that more.
I'm not saying wanted more. Of course, Ronda Rousey fighting in a comeback fight, but it's silly. That's a silly fight. It doesn't make any sense. Holly versus Katie is a more interesting fight because Holly has a better chance of beating Katie. I don't think she does.
So
beat
is Katie versus the second ranked fighter in that weight class. Like,
if Katie Taylor is going to fight a former MMA fighter, she might as well fight the one who beat her, who's a former boxer as well.
couldn't disagree more. She should fight the biggest name. Ronda Rousey is the biggest name in.
I'm not talking as Katie Taylor's advisor or manager. I'm talking about like what I want to see as a fan. Obviously, go get the money. It's the same thing as Joshua and Jake. It's the biggest fight for the most amount of money.
Yes,
I'm just saying as
And it might
someone
be the easiest fight as well.
and the easiest.
and of
Also,
course.
the pressure though, the people are talking about the pressure on Joshua to do something with Jake Paul. The pressure on Taylor to get rid of Ronda Rousey in what would potentially be, and fair play to Colin Morris, he brought this up when he was speaking to me about it. He said the no sanction no one's going to sanction this for 10 rounds if it is Ronda Rousey. It's going to be 6 rounds, 2-minute rounds, and you have to put her away basically, or you come away looking kind of bad. Like, that is a different kind of pressure than what Joshua was facing with Jake Paul.
I don't know, wipe her tears with the biggest paycheck of her life.
Also, Joshua is like this power punching heavyweight. Katie Taylor, if she just battered her for 6 rounds, I think people would still be okay with it.
Yeah.
Do you think so?
Jake Paul's a better boxer than Ronda Rousey. Does anyone disagree with that?
100% correct. 100%.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. She would need to put her away as far. She's never boxed before in her life.
Right.
I know, but
she will beat the brakes off her.
She was on the cover of Ring.
girl.
She was on the cover of Ring magazine. We should
Don't
point
forget
out,
that.
right?
Don't forget that.
And,
No,
and
Ronda-
Joe Rogan did say she beat Mayweather.
I've said time and again that the Ronda Rousey comeback talk is real.
Yeah.
I've said time and again, and I've also said that Ronda versus Gina is a real thing. This was something that the UFC was interested in several years ago. It went haywire, pardon the pun, and now it's becoming a thing. And wouldn't you know it, yesterday, all of a sudden, in the aftermath of this news coming out, courtesy of Boxing Scene, there's Gina Carano posting on her social media, training with John Wood.
Now I see what you're doing.
At Syndicate MMA, grateful to be here for my health, the people around me, the people who inspire me, and the desire to do better. Now, no indication there that she is planning a comeback, but this is what the word on the street would suggest. Looking pretty good there, Gina. Tremendous to see. You know, we love Gina over here, despite what she may think of what others have told her. Peace and love, peace and love. That, to me, makes a lot more sense, Gina Ronda, than Ronda versus Katie. Now, when I say sense, let me clarify. I would be more interested in Ronda versus Gina is like the two pillars of women's MMA coming together for one fun night. That's cool. They've both been inactive for quite some time. By the way, by the time 2026 rolls around, it will have been 17 years, believe it or not, as crazy as that sounds, since Gina Carano's last fight. Her last fight was in August of 2009. Absurd. Ronda's last fight, December of 2016, then WWE. That to me is more, I'd rather sign up for that if I had to pick one or the other. But of course, if I'm Katie, I'm going after this. And by the way, of course, if I'm Katie, I'm sprinkling this, or her team, I'm sprinkling this in the media to try to drum up some interest for it, right? Why not? But I'm just saying, as someone who is saying, okay, like these are the options, the home one means a little bit more, in my opinion, and is a lot more interesting than that one.
In both these equations, though, Ronda Rousey is the A side. It's Ronda, right? It's Gina on her own coming back against anybody else doesn't matter that much.
Can I ask you a question?
Katie Taylor's next fight outside of Ronda, even if it's against Holly Holm, isn't that big. It's Ronda's world.
Chantel Cameron.
Wait a second. And PT, weigh in. Katie versus Ronda in Ireland.
That headline Netflix, PT?
In Ireland, Katie's the A side.
Yeah, because she's going to sell the tickets at the gate. Is she headlining
In the
on
UK,
Netflix against,
she's the A side.
Is she headlining on Netflix against those other opponents?
Against Holly Holm?
Yeah.
I don't think that's
That's fair. I think that's fair, Rick. I think that's fair.
I don't think that's an absolute no.
I think an absolute yes is Ronda Rousey.
But it's bigger if it's Rousey. You have to.
I guarantee
bigger
Ronda
name than
Rousey would be the headliner if she's competing.
Ronda's a bigger name than Holly, but even if they do go on Netflix,
And Katie.
100%. But I don't think that she's the A side in that equation.
What?
Yeah.
She's not the A side, maybe in Ireland, in Katie's home country,
she's not
or
the
maybe
A-side
the
for the
UK,
tickets.
but internationally, she will be the A side.
She's the A-side against
reason
any
people
woman.
are tuning in.
Yeah.
That deal doesn't get across the line without Ronda. Ronda is the
Which
deal.
deal?
here.
Which deal?
Headlining on Netflix? That's a guarantee with Ronda Rousey and not the other names. It's a 100% guarantee.
We're assuming here, unless it was in the article, which I didn't see.
I'm using Netflix as the top
Do
platform.
you think Netflix would be interested in that?
Ronda versus Katie? Yeah. Why wouldn't you be? Everybody should be interested in that. It's going to be watched. Again, this is not an argument for a competitive fight. Katie Taylor will bash Ronda Rousey's head in. It will be silly. It will be like Jake Paul versus
The speed would be
versus Anthony Joshua, which is going to end in the legalized murder of Jake Paul. Katie Taylor will beat the brakes off Ronda Rousey, but it's going to be watched by everybody.
Which fight are you more interested in?
Of those two?
Yeah. No. Gina, Ronda, MMA?
Gina Ronda 100%, because that's actually a competitive fight, and it's also big.
Is Gina and Ronda not watching like Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi fucking have a juggle off?
And
like,
people would watch the shit
By
out
the
of
way,
it.
really
people
go
would
at
watch
it?
that. People would sign up for that.
Anything Messi and Ronaldo is going to get watched.
Yeah.
You're not into that.
I play tennis though.
You're not
You
into
don't
that.
like that one,
PT?
PT?
No, but I like that I think Ariel, after he's teasing out, I think that's what's happening. So we've got our balls tickled once again with the Katie Taylor and Ronda Rousey freak show, only to be left with Ronda Rousey v.
By
Gina
the way,
Carano in
give me
boxing.
Gina versus Ronda. Give me Holly if she wins against Katie. That's a phenomenal fight for her.
No, Pete, we're saying Ronda versus Gina in MMA, no?
Yeah, of course.
But Pete's not into it.
in MMA. Oh, sorry. I was
she's in
lost
MMA.
there.
I thought we were talking about boxing.
Oh, sorry, no.
not boxing.
Gina versus Ronda in
Chuckle
MMA.
comment.
That would be
MMA.
insane. That would be insane. I thought your joke was just like, oh, they're past their prime.
That's what I
so
thought.
No one, yeah.
No.
In MMA, Pete. Now, is that compelling?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, well, I think we're all on the same page. Other than I think Ronda is the bread and calls the shots and
For the
is one
undisputed-
that everybody's here for.
But can we stop disrespecting
GFL
Kate Taylor like
women's
this, right?
bantamweight
Rick, you've said it once.
She's
okay? Let's just
fantastic.
move on. Let it move
She's
on.
fantastic.
Okay.
Can I ask you this,
Stop.
PT? If Katie were
She
to
won me
take
money
this
on
fight,
both fights with Serrano.
if she were to take this fight, would she hear the same stuff that Joshua has heard ruining it?
Oh, yeah.
You think so? People would dare criticize the patron saint.
She's more of a bastion of sporting brilliance than Anthony.
I know,
Joshua.
but I feel like she could do no wrong, so people would be like, you know what, fair play, Katie, go get your money, we love you.
There'd probably be an element of that too.
Yeah.
There'd probably have a lot of Irish people going. You know
Ronda's
what?
also a
This would
UFC champion.
be- Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. She does have the credentials. Also, judo bronze medalist, Olympic Games. I know that has nothing to do with boxing, but
It feels akin to me to Mayweather McGregor. That's what that one feels like.
I know.
That one feels
Yeah.
the closest
10 years.
comparison
Yes.
to Mayweather McGregor.
Yes, but she is not in her prime, nowhere near her
No,
prime.
McGregor is a much better boxer and would have always been more competitive with Floyd, and Ronda is not and will not be competitive with Katie Taylor. But in terms of star magnitude and stature, like it feels like that would be the closest that we've seen to it.
At the end of the day, do you think it happens?
I think that it's a thing that is just like I've said about the Ronda thing. I wouldn't be surprised if she doesn't fight, and I wouldn't be surprised if she does fight. I do know that this is something being explored. I mean, who would have thought the Gina thing would be a thing? And look at her; she seems to be in great shape. She seems to be. She's training with a great coach at a great gym. So it's hard to say because if I say yes, that's just a total guess. I don't think we're anywhere near that. But I think all these things are being explored, and I think people have to come to the realization that this is boxing, and this is a part of boxing that will always exist, as we've talked about since the Jake Joshua fight has been announced. You reach a certain point, a certain status and stature, these fights are going to draw interest, just like they did for Ali back in the day, and Foreman and Jack Johnson and many others. But you're still going to get the Shakurs and the Teofimo Lopez's. You're still going to get the Benavidez's and the Haneys and the Brian Normans and all the other great fights, the Inoue's and all that other stuff. There is plenty of that. But for whatever reason, this stuff gets all the attention, and then people say, "Oh my God, the sanctity of the sport." I would
It's
not
a travesty.
I would not poo-poo Katie getting that money or Ronda coming back. Like, go ahead, do your thing. All I'm saying is, as a fan here, the home fight is almost right there, and I think home going to Ireland, the preacher's daughter and all her like Irish heritage and all that. She used to walk out with the what is it? The four-leaf clover on her jacket and all that. Her going to Ireland to fight Katie.
Croke Park.
She's been in the same way. Listen, here's what I think. Can I tell you what I think? And this is not I have no inside knowledge. I think MVP would relish getting Croke Park done when Matchroom couldn't. You know what I mean? And I think that
They'll spend that money.
I think they'd be willing to spend it. I think they'd be willing to spend it. And that hinges on home winning on January 3rd.
It is also in line with like MVP's promotion of women's boxing and saying like, we are the ones leading the charge here. We are the ones doing the biggest events. They were very proud of the numbers that came in for Taylor and Serrano. It would make sense, right? To just be like another tick of the box. Like, we have done all the biggest
Whatever
things
you guys
done
said couldn't be
in
done,
women's
we're
boxing.
going to do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that would be massive. Even if you
MSG,
take it at a
women's
loss.
card,
You
Tyson,
headlined MSG.
yeah.
All those things. You tick off one more. I think it's worth taking a loss. Like, that's easy for me to say. Like, I'm just sitting here with my millions of dollars. But if that is your calling card, if that is your leverage, and if that is your way that you can entice other female boxers to sign up with you, to me, it makes a lot of sense.
Yahoo have an office here in Dublin, lads. That's what I'm saying.
Hell yeah. What a time. By the way, speaking of Anthony Joshua, did you guys see the shape that this guy is in? Holy smokes. This is from the promotional stuff that they shot almost 2 weeks ago now. Look at Anthony. There is no tomorrow, 19th of December, only on Netflix. I mean, the guy, that's him a month out. Now, I know
action figure.
he said that he was going to fight end of November, but like, holy Nikes. Look at that.
Is that a Jake Paul tombstone in the back? What is that?
Look at that dude, man. He is absolutely ripped. Absolutely ripped. I mean, he's chiseled, dare I say.
Great
Mike,
cheese on those bad boys.
you can 1,000%. You could do that on his abs and, dare I say, Armin Sarukian's abs. Have you seen Armin Sarukian's latest video? He's on the plane, guys. He's on the PJ eating more McDonald's. Is this the same shot as the first time? I can't recall what he was
I
wearing.
think this
Different shirt, I believe.
Different shirt. Why is it? You know what it reminds me of? There used to be a
Two
commercial
double
back
quarter
in the
pounder
day.
cheese meals there, right?
Oh my God! Same time? No.
smash them together.
Wow. Let's see.
go, Armin.
Let's see. Shh.
I don't mind the play. I don't mind the play. You guys ever have a? We called it a McStupid, where you take the double cheeseburger, split it in half, put the McChicken in the middle, close it up.
That's a $1 menu special right there. I like that.
Yeah, back in the day.
How many pieces of
$2.14.
bread is that right there?
Not enough.
He doesn't count calories in airports, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Now, what do you think the scene is after he's done eating the like 10 bites that he has? Like,
Shits
what
himself.
happens to all? No.
Get
What
this
happens to
shit
all that
away
food?
from me.
The boys eat
Boys
it
just
up.
come in and scavenge it. Yeah.
Be
Come on,
gone
guys.
with it.
Be gone. Question is, my big question was, what does this mean for Dave's fried chicken?
Dave's hot chicken.
Dave's hot chicken.
It
That's
feels
tough.
like they've sort of reached a friend relationship. We haven't seen him eating
that felt like a shot. That felt like a
remember,
subtle
he
shot.
went to In-N-Out a few months ago as well and got
Yeah.
18 cheeseburgers.
That's right.
What happened to loyalty?
Yeah. What
That
the
actually
hell?
feels like a small meal by Armin standards.
Yeah. I don't know.
Unemployment.
I don't know how he keeps. I mean, the physique, the skin, right? You eat that kind of oily food, you'd think that the skin would get all oily. You'd have all kinds of issues. I stumbled upon a video of him getting a haircut. Did you see this, guys? I mean, he looks fantastic while getting. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this, Pizzi. Take a look at this. A little bit here, a little bit there, off the top. I mean,
His glorious hair.
look at this. It's almost therapeutic to watch it, right? A little zoom in on the watch.
I think any Armin content you'll say is therapy.
Yeah, I think you just want to be Armin's like vlogger.
It's
like
it's
follow
the
him with
comb over that really gets.
What's he
me.
using in that hair, man? It's fucking.
Can I tell you something? Oh, Armin's sleeping now. Gosh, is there anything better? I haven't gotten a haircut in 5 years, almost 6 years now.
Why?
You're telling me this here
What was
today.
that?
What is there anything better? What are we talking about?
The little mid haircut nap.
Okay,
Oh,
I
you're
thought
talking
you meant
about
Armin
like
sleeping.
getting a haircut. I thought you just meant Armin.
Yeah, me
snoozing
too.
during his
Me too.
haircut.
Every time I'd go to the barber and they'd trim the beard and all that, I would inevitably fall asleep. Do you not fall asleep?
No.
I spend my time just talking
There's
bollocks.
there's a
most
guy
of the
that I
time.
barely know
What's
with
that?
a razor blade to my neck.
Nah, it's cool. What is that? What is that? What are they
Fragrance right
spritzing
there.
there?
Little aftershave, maybe.
What a life. What a
You
life.
just not just talk endless bollocks when you're getting your hair cut, no?
Yeah,
I
shout
try
out
to keep
Jesse
the-
from.
I try to keep the
Double
talking
Cuts.
to a minimum.
There
In
was
fact,
Simon Cole.
I've always been hesitant to do this. I don't.
No. I'm not I can't.
Don't pull out the
Going
No.
down, I'm talking absolute shit for as long as I'm in that chair.
No.
That's what I'm doing.
I like
See
to
that?
keep it at a
Depends on my
minimum.
barber.
He's a brick.
Yeah.
He's a
Depends on
brick
my
too.
barber.
The sitting in the chair and doing this, I'm not down with it. I don't have the chutzpah to do it.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
You know, the arms out of the cape, you look
Yeah.
like a clown.
Yeah.
Respect the sanctity of the haircut.
Yes. And then hair
Enjoy
gets on the
yourself.
phone inevitably.
Just enjoy yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Any more questions? Let's see. Matt Berkeley, this is probably more for PT than anyone, no offense. People always talk about different alcohols they can no longer drink because of a horrible experience, usually in high school. Is there any particular alcohol you can no longer stomach because you overdid it during a UFC MMA boxing card? You can broaden it to football and football as well if that helps to get an answer.
Truth is, mate, I love them all, and there's
Yeah.
no bad experience that can take me away from any of them. I hear some people say this. I was in Oyanapa when I was 18, and I drank too much sambuca, so I can't drink it again. They're all good experiences to me, even when I puke all over myself. So that's all I gotta say to you.
Win or learn, right, Pete?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to defeat me. I'm going to get back on the horse, and I'm going to come at it again, and I'll defeat Sambuca. I want Sambuca to have nightmares about Pizzi Carroll.
How much
Everclear,
Sambuca did you drink?
absinthe, pure ethanol.
Yeah, I mean, absinthe. I've had a lot of absinthe. The last time I was in Paris, I went to the hotel where Oscar Wilde died because he drank a lot of absinthe there, and I said, right, let's see what you can do, absinthe. Turns out very strong. Yeah, didn't expect
Green
it to.
Fairy. Yeah.
Yeah, didn't expect it to take hold of me quite as quickly as it did, but alas, I'd do it again. I'd go straight back to the same place and order the same goddamn cocktail.
By the way, I got one of those emails where they like give you the lines about a fight that's being discussed. Have you seen the lines for Rousey versus Taylor?
No.
Minus 5,000.
10,000.
Yeah, minus 5,000, Katie Taylor.
Minus 3,300.
Wow.
Free
Plus
money.
1,200.
Free money.
Another mortgage. There we go.
Me and Pete are not going to be living in a home for a bit.
Could you bet on it? Could you bet on it happening on Polymarket? Can that be a thing?
So it's like it's like a 3% ROI.
Perfect. Easiest 3% you've ever made in your life.
Here's Connor from Canada. Hey, Ariel, years ago in the Rampage interview he did after losing to John Jones, right after you said, I don't even know if I said that, to be honest, but we can go with it, about his physique. He said, what's your wife's name? Frank? You now have someone on the team named Frank, who you also said was DTF. Can you explain this, please?
They're connecting dots.
All comes full circle.
All kidding aside, the story of him asking to mention how he lost his amazing and great insight. Thank you. Yes, we did that in one of our videos where we looked at some old interviews. So please do check that out. Stevie B says, one of my favorite moments of the show is when Ariel tried to hold back his laughter as he read out a Substack comment about a man watching the UFC with his youth pastor. What other occasions have you had to hold back laughter at inappropriate times? Do you guys remember that one?
Sure do. We got updates about
And then
that.
it was like a 5-week story.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I do.
I wonder what would happen to that
Got
guy.
a whole saga. He emails from time to
Oh,
time.
he does?
Shoot me an email. Update us.
All right. Let us
Still
know
watches
about
the UFC with his youth pastor.
No, I think they had a falling out.
Oh, Jesus.
Pete's Ashtray is back. Howdy, boys and Andy. 2 weeks ago, I asked a question about getting the most out of conversations at my vintage store. Thank you for such a thoughtful answer. I wanted to give you a story about something that happened since then, along with some of the fellow listeners from Australia following the shop on Instagram. I had someone come into the shop who is a sunglass rep from the area. The first thing he said was, quote, I heard you on the show and wanted to come check out the place. I now stock the sunglass brand, have played multiple games of pool as I have a table in the shop, and talked all things UFC. Shout out to the community, Jesse from Old Soul Vintage. How about that, guys? Isn't that something?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's what a great story. Shout out to the executive from the sunglasses place that came in.
Here's Stevie B who says, and by the way, 4 minutes away, sound the alarm, sound the alarm, sound the alarm, sound the alarm, sound the alarm. Tom Aspinall joining us live on the program. Then Sean O'Malley, then Arnold Allen. What a day, what a day. Stevie B says, Ariel, you asked Kayla yesterday if you could walk her out at UFC 324, and it got me thinking, if you could walk out with any fighter before any fight as part of their entourage, maybe you're carrying the water bottles, which fighter and which event would you pick? Is he talking historically or coming up?
Let's say historically.
I mean, historically, like
James Tahuna?
Connor coming out to Sinead O'Connor was pretty damn incredible, right? UFC 189. That was amazing. GSP walking out UFC 83 before the Matt Serra rematch. Final answer. That's what I would. That's what I would say.
Maybe I misunderstood the question.
Oh, upcoming.
Weren't they asking who would you walk out if you had?
Yeah. Then I show. I feel like it's too. I'm too biased. If I
Okay,
say
so
that.
then say that. Like I'm not going to answer that. I'm going to answer this one because I just thought I had a stroke.
Oh, okay. Wow. We the People says, does the never too hot, never too cold Ariel Helwani succumb to any midlife crisis urges? Maybe a nice motorcycle or a double sleeve tattoo? I'm guessing no, considering you haven't grown a blade of hair since 15. P.S. Can I see GC cruising on a nice Ducati? Cheers. I can see GC cruising. What's a Ducati?
Good as well.
It's a
Motorcycle.
motorcycle.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. A little look at the look on GC's face. He can see it too. He's thinking about it right now. He's like, you know what? Nice little leather
Okay.
jacket. Pop the collar.
Leather jacket, popped collar. Nah.
No?
No.
Not just a hoodie on the superbike.
No,
like
no,
a
no,
sweet
no, no.
superbike.
Short sleeve shirt, 2 tat sleeves, fully tatted, sick helmet,
Yeah.
nice jeans. Get off. You think
With
I'm
the
going to take
sig.
the helmet off to a sick head of hair, but I'm bald. Yeah, and then pull out a sig that's rolled up in my
Yeah.
short sleeve.
Oh yes.
Yeah, now we're fucking talking.
A sweet fucking look.
I do wonder if the midlife crisis is going to hit me. At
You want to
some
buy
point.
a fucking Volkswagen van? You're the furthest thing from buying a motorcycle.
I mean,
You're like, I
here-
can't wait to buy this and bring my family everywhere. That's not a midlife crisis. You
No,
need to
but-
get on heroin or something.
But I'm saying at some point it could hit me. I mean, at this current point, I'm excited about getting, a bright red pullover hoodie jacket with an owl on the back of it, and Bill's logo, like not exactly midlife crisis type material, but maybe at some point, you know.
Need to get into drugs, man.
You think tattoos? You think I ever get a tattoo? I'm afraid they won't bury me in a Jewish cemetery if I get a tattoo.
I know you won't get a tattoo.
You don't think so?
Yeah, I don't think it's your style.
Mom?
Yeah, you're not. You
Pizza,
like
you
the
got
idea of the
tattoos?
sleeves. No.
Let's go for tattoos next time you're in town.
Yeah.
Full back pieces.
Sleeves.
Okay.
Hell yeah. What's Rick doing back there?
He's framing up Big Tom.
Oh, he's there.
Well, now he's not there. He walked away.
Oh.
He's framing him up.
Shrimp Cocktail says, Hola, Ariel, can you rank these New York hip-hop groups? Tribe. It's hard for me to do the blind rank when I'm reading it. Tribe, Wu-Tang Clan, Mobb Deep, Griselda.
Griselda, your boys from Buffalo. Don't forget that.
Of the four, Griselda 4, Mobb Deep 3. That's the
You're gonna go Tribe number 1, yeah.
I was leaning towards Wu-Tang Clan. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck
I think
with.
your vibe matches Tribe more than
Yeah.
Wu-Tang's, if I'm not
I mean, I'm wearing De La Souls as we speak.
There you go.
You know?
They're a different band, aren't they?
Yep. De La Soul is from the soul.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
right, yeah.
Just me, myself, and I. Dun-na, dun-na-na-na. Yeah, they are a different band. But Tribe Called Quest is pretty cool. I love Tribe Called Quest.
Can you kick it?
Can you kick it? Yes, you
Can I
can.
kick it?
Mr. Dinkins, will you please be my mayor?
People under the stairs from
Yep.
San Francisco.
Not familiar.
Just imagine Aspinall with the soundtrack there, listen to you
Yeah.
hitting them bars.
I think he's feeling it. All right. Thank you to everyone for the questions. We'll squeeze in a couple more on the back end. Like I said, back into the show, Arnold Allen going to join us. Can't wait for that conversation. He returns to action on January 24th. And prior to that, another guy who's returning on January 24th, Sugar Sean O'Malley, still to come in about an hour's time. But for now, we say hello to our first guest of the day, a man that I've wanted to speak to for quite some time. He is the reigning, the defending UFC heavyweight champion, and don't you dare forget it. He is the pride of Wigan. He is the pride of Manchester. He is the pride of the UK. He is the pride of Great Britain. Dare I say he's the pride of Poland as well. He's the man who fought Cyril Gane in Abu Dhabi in late October. Of course, the fight ended inconclusively. We suspect and hope that they will run it back at some point in 2026. And now for his first interview, live interview, I should add, since that fight, he is here to answer every and all questions. He's the one and only Tom Aspinall. Hello, Tom. How are you?
How's it going, my friend?
It's good to talk to you. It's good to see you here. Thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Of course, like you said, I've done a little bit of media over on my YouTube channel, but the first interview, of course, has to go to my mate, Ariel.
I appreciate that. And yes, I do urge everyone to check out what you have already posted on your YouTube channel. And we played some of it yesterday and talked about it and dissected it. But here, getting this opportunity to talk to you is a great privilege and honor. And so we thank you very much. First, let me ask you, not your typical how are you, which people then just say good and we move on. How are you doing? Obviously, the last time we saw you, major health scare, the eye pokes, everyone knows the story by now. How are you doing? How are you feeling a little over a month later?
I'm generally doing pretty good, thanks, mate. Yeah, everything in my life is pretty amazing. Can't complain.
How are the eyes?
The eyes are unfortunately not back to full health yet, so we're still waiting. We put the doctor's reports out recently.
Yes.
Which has been a bit of a whirlwind, to be honest with you, because I know there's a lot of haters out there. Of course, this is professional sport at the highest level. We have haters. But when the eye poke happened, obviously, eye pokes happen all the time in MMA, unfortunately. And got the eye poke. Obviously, everything went on from there. Went to the hospital, returned home. Didn't even check my phone or nothing for a while. And then I realized oh shit, people genuinely think that I fake this. People actually think that I was faking it. And then I was like, did people actually see the replay of what happened? Because that was a full on eye poke. So then I was like, what is going on? Why are people thinking I'm faking this? Like after everything that I've been through to get there. So then I left it quite a while. I thought, right, I'm going to get all the doctor's notes included. I've been through it for like loads and loads of tests for weeks. I've literally been in the hospital 2 or 3 times a week getting different tests. Then I come up with a doctor's report, and then people are like, "Oh, he's fucking crying about it. He's doing a media tour on it. He's milking it." And I'm like, bro, if you don't believe the eye poke and you don't believe the doctor's reports, like, what are we doing? Like, what's going on here? Like, I didn't make this shit up. Go watch the replay, check out the doctor's reports. Look, man, I'm in a point where, like, you just cannot please these guys. These guys are fucking losers, man. These guys are just crazy haters who have got nothing good going on in their life, obviously. I have still got a lot of fans. I wanted to keep my fans updated with what's gone on. And I appreciate everybody that's stuck by me.
Why do you feel like that's the sentiment? Why do you feel like people off the bat were blaming you and sending more hate your way than to the guy who inflicted the damage, who inflicted the foul on you?
I have no idea, because I think I'm generally a pretty liked human being. But the thing with success, right? This is something that I've learned, and I'm still learning even more and more. It's like, you do good. People always want you to do good, like on the way up. As soon as you get all the way up, people get uncomfortable and they want to bring you down. And unfortunately, I have experienced my fair share of that, which is crazy. Like you say, I think this might be the only sport that, like, you can be not the fouler, but the foulee. Is that a term? A foulee?
Yeah, I get
who
it.
got fouled, and it's your fault when you get fouled. Like, it's fucking crazy, man. I did not know that I would be getting so much hate for a guy that I did everything right. Went out there, played fair, tried to knock my guy out, and I got fouled. Absolutely no fault of my own, and I'm getting loads of hate. But you know what? There is some sour people out there who don't like people seeing other people do good, and I've realised that. I've learned from it. My skin's got a little bit thicker because of it, and we move on.
So I was just going to ask you that, because over the past year, you were sort of viewed as the sympathetic figure in the John Jones saga, and a lot of people had your back. But here we have a situation where it felt like a lot of people were turning on you, and this being the first time in your career that you experience it, how have you handled it? How have you handled people questioning your integrity, your character, your motives, things like that?
You know what? I don't think it is that a lot of people have turned on me. I think I've got a lot of really good, loyal fans. And I think there's a lot of amazing MMA fans out there who absolutely love the sport. I think that the haters out there who are not real MMA fans, they think, like, for example, I don't say anything for weeks after my fight. And people are like, he's gone into hiding because he knew that he quit. And then the same people, when I put out doctors' reports and footage from doctors, are like, he's fucking crying about it. He's milking it, blah, 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 all that stuff. Like, I don't carry on the fight because I can't see. And the same people, if I would have carried on and got knocked out, would have been like, his ego's too big. He shouldn't have carried on. Like, these are just haters. They're just haters. Like, I've got so many loyal fans, so many positive people around me. My inner circle is so positive and good that I'm just trying to focus on that rather than these, like, low life people who just want to drag successful people down to their level. Like, I'm the frigging heavyweight champion in the world. Don't you forget it. I earned my way to get into this spot. I've got multiple records in the UFC, and I did shit that most of these people couldn't even dream of doing. So that's why they're trying to drag me down.
At the moment, Tom, which eye is bothering you more?
So I got the double eye gouge. Actually, I'm going to stop calling it an eye poke. In fact, to be honest, I want to get these interviews done and just move on with it, because I've been quiet for a long time. I'm aware that I need to update people, and then, like, we can talk about it and move on. Because after this week, I'm not even going to bother with it. But I got a double eye gouge, so it wasn't even like an eye poke. It was like an eye gouge. So both eyes, so the left eye, my left eye, the left eye looked worse. but the right eye is the one that had the most damage. So I'm still, yeah, there we go. Look at that. I'm like a friggin' human bowling ball there. Big shout out to MMA Guru who said that I'm like a human bowling ball. It's like, yeah, the one that looked deeper actually did the least damage.
Okay. And so as of right now, it's the eye on the screen left, your right. Yes.
This one's the bad one. My right eye is the.
And what are you feeling? What are the symptoms right now?
I'm just struggling with like a lot of double vision and stuff still. So I'm just trying to navigate the next moves on that. I've had a lot of time in the hospital over the last like 4, 5, 6 weeks, however long it's been. I did it, see multiple specialists. Everything has been reported back to the UFC since the first appointment, and yeah, we're just waiting and moving forward. That picture there, by the way, let's just touch on this. So when we were in Abu Dhabi, and as I said, I always like to keep open and honest with my fans, because I was in a position where like I couldn't dream of having fans or supporters. Like that was a dream for me to have that, and now I've got a lot of them. So I really appreciate it. So I like to be as honest as I can with everybody. So we kept rolling in the hospital in Abu Dhabi, and mate, this hospital was crazy. So they took us at like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. by the time we got there in Abu Dhabi, and they dropped us off. I don't know what you guys would call it, but in England we'd call it like an A&E, accident and emergency room, which is like where the drunk people are, where the like kid, like I just literally had to wait in a line, like in a queue for like 3-4 hours just to get seen off a guy who seemed to know absolutely nothing about eyes. So it was basically the hospital in Abu Dhabi was a big waste of time. We started getting treated properly when we got back to the UK.
And I saw the footage of you, back home and the doctor that you met with. What are they saying, for those that may not be up to speed or have seen it, what are they saying right now in terms of what the recovery time will be, what you're facing, when you could be back to 100%?
So obviously I want to get back as soon as possible. That's the plan. But I'm also aware that with eyes, you got to be careful. So they don't really know when I'm going to be back at the moment. I'm still like not even clear to train or do anything. They're talking about doing surgery on both eyes. They're talking about injection. I have to get an injection in the eyeball soon.
Jeez.
So I'm not looking forward to that. So yeah, I don't really know at this point. I don't know.
Have you been able to do any type of like physical activity at all?
I've just been like doing bits of weights, like just put like bodybuilding weights, and just a little bit of cardio as well. But I'm still, because I got a double vision.
Yeah.
If like I change direction too quick, I start getting really dizzy and stuff. So I've just been doing a little bit of cardio, like a little bit of jogging, a little bit on the bike and stuff like that. Nothing to brag about, mate.
So from a mental health standpoint, Tom, you had not fought since July of 2024. All the stuff that went on over the past year, the fight ends inconclusively, right? You're engaged in a war here. It's a battle, tough fight as you predicted it will be. You get the eye pokes. You have to deal with the aftermath. You have to deal with the criticisms from people. How are you just handling all of this over the past month? Like how, from a mental health standpoint, this is a lot of shit to deal with at one time after all the stuff you had to deal with over the past month. Year plus, over the past year plus since your last fight, the John Jones saga. How are you handling it all?
Well, I've learned a lot. To be honest, in the last since this happened. Mate, people will turn their back on you quick. Like if you're not meeting expectation in the way that they put up for you, people will turn their back on you quick. So, like I said, luckily I've got some really, really good people around me, like my family, my wife, my friends, and stuff like that. Like I'm very, very lucky to have good people around me. The other stuff, the people online and shit like that, I'm just starting to realize that they're just a bunch of low life haters, man. A lot of them. There's a lot of amazing MMA fans out there as well who really support the sport, really know what the sport is, but there's also a lot of just like weird kids online who are just sat behind a fake profile commenting and stuff like that. So how am I dealing with it? At first, not very well, but I guess my skin's getting a little bit thicker now, and I'm starting to see what the world is really like.
Okay, so let's take a step back if we can. Fight week, leading up to the fight. How was it? How were you feeling? How were the vibes when you look back on it now?
Oh, mate, you know what? Of course, if you ask a fighter in fight week, like, how's the fight week going? How you feeling and stuff like that? Everybody says the same thing. It's
Sure.
like, yeah, best shape of our life. I'm feeling good. Whatever. For me, I actually was feeling amazing. I knew that, like, sometimes, mate, I act like a bit of a dummy. People might look at me and think this guy's an idiot, but you know, when it comes to fighting, like, I actually really know what I'm talking about. Like, I didn't just accidentally land on being the best heavyweight in the world. Like, it took a whole lifetime of work and dedication and knowledge to get to where I am today. And I knew, mate, that Cyril Gane is a tough stylistic matchup for me. And I didn't for one second think this was going to be easy. A lot of the hype behind it and stuff, like, people made it out like this is going to be a walkover fight. Cyril Gane, mate, is a tough stylistic matchup for me. So the fight week was going great. The training camp went amazing, injury free. We had a great squad over there in Abu Dhabi. I absolutely love Abu Dhabi. We're staying at an amazing hotel, and everything was on point for a tough 5-round fight, which is what I said. I said that so much, mate, in the pre-fight. I said from the beginning that I'm taking Cyril Gane very serious, more serious than I've ever taken anyone before. I didn't think it was going to be an easy fight. I didn't think it was going to be a walkover. I've knocked a lot of people out in a minute or two or whatever. I didn't think that this was going to be one of them. There's interviews and interviews of me saying that on fight week and before, in the lead up to the fight. So I was mentally and physically prepared to go in there and have a tough fight with that guy.
I want to ask you about a couple things that transpired on Fight Week. One was a conversation between you and Daniel Cormier that ended up on your YouTube channel, which he said afterwards he was a little bit disappointed that it was posted, that he thought it was a private conversation. Are you familiar with what he said about it? And do you have any reaction to his response to it being a part of your Fight Week video blog?
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I mean, I apologize to him about that.
Okay. You spoke to him privately?
Yeah, I spoke to him privately about that, yeah.
Okay. Do you think that was a mistake? Do you wish that you could take that one back?
Well, the guy who does my videos and stuff, he actually messaged him and asked if it's all right to put it on.
Oh. Well, that's important. And did he say yes?
I'm not sure. I don't know. But
okay.
Anyway, if DC was uncomfortable with it, then, like, I'm not in control of doing that stuff, but it's come from my team, so I'll take, of course, responsibility for it, and I apologize to him for it.
The other one was a conversation that your father had with a French journalist talking about, like, wanting you to fight out your contract and go box. And the reason I'm bringing these two items up, Tom, is because in the aftermath, people have said, like, this was a tough fight week and maybe there was a lot of distractions and things like that. This is what some pundits said afterwards, that as I'm sure you saw people saying, like, oh, you know, these were a couple of missteps, if you will. Can I ask you about that conversation? And did you have any issues with that conversation coming out in the build-up to the fight?
Well, my dad said that he wanted me to box from the beginning. And also, those remarks were coming from my dad and not me. But also, like, what did we get into this combat sports thing to do? Like, I'm a prize fighter. Like, before I had UFC champion and all that stuff on my Instagram bio, I had the word prize fighter there because we want to fight for the most money possible. Like, we're putting our health and safety on the line for other people's entertainment. So we want to do it for the most money possible. And my dad, being a dad for me, if he sees me going out there and risking my life, then he wants me to do it for the most money possible. So I think that's what he was getting at. That he wasn't like in public negotiation with the UFC or anything like that. He was just speaking honestly.
But you know, the UFC, they don't like when people talk about boxing or fighting out the contract, especially as champion. So I was wondering if this became an issue or a distraction in the build-up to the fight, or if you guys heard about it, that they were unhappy that this was being discussed.
I didn't hear about it until after the fight.
Can I ask, do you share his sentiment? Would you like to fight out your contract and go on to boxing?
Never say never, but I think that I've got more... I always said it from the beginning, like, I got work to do in the UFC, so right now and before the fight, that wasn't really something that I was thinking about.
Okay.
But I do understand, like, we fight for the most money possible. We fight for we want to make as much money out of this stuff as possible. So I understand completely about where my dad or anybody else would be coming from with stuff like that.
Do you think it's inevitable at some point you will try that out? You will go down that path before it's all said and done?
I don't know. I have no idea. But I just want to make it clear 100% while I'm answering these questions that might be seen as distractions, is that these things did not distract me at all in fight week. So this is, I'm not making excuses for being eye poked or the way the fight went or anything like that. Like, this was an amazing fight week. All around, these things didn't distract me. I didn't even know about any of this stuff until way after I fought. I stayed up for the full fight week. I didn't have any social media. For weeks after the fight, I didn't have any social media, so I didn't see any of this stuff.
Okay. I wanted to bring those up because those did come up in part of the build up to the fight and all the coverage and things like that. And I'm sure you were aware of it, or at least your team was aware of it. Then we get to the fight itself, and on that shirt, which, we have one of those shirts as well, it says 2 minutes and 2 seconds, that great champion shirt, heavyweight champion. You
this
have
one actually doesn't. This one actually doesn't. But of course,
right there on the sleeve.
I'm always representing champion.
It
does.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it does. It does. Sorry, I thought that was a different shirt. But of course, I'm always representing the prestigious champion brand. Of course.
The reason I bring that up is, and it's a great looking shirt, the fight wasn't ending in 2 minutes and 2 seconds. It wasn't one-way traffic as you have been used to. And so I think part of the aftermath, the critique in the aftermath has been like, oh, the going got tough and Tom looked for a way out. That's what people have said, right? And so what are you thinking in the early portion of that fight? As you predicted Ciryl Gana's game, it seems as though he may have, caused the bloody nose, right? And we're seeing you in a position that we're not used to seeing you, with someone actually bringing the fight to you.
Mate, exactly what I said beforehand. Exactly what I said. Like, Ciryl Gana's a tough stylistic matchup for me. Knew it. And for people to think this was a way out is crazy to me. Absolutely insane. And yeah, I mean, I've been trying to convince anyone one way or the other. Look, I know what happened. I was in there, and look, mate, I was expecting a tough fight. Same thing I said for weeks and weeks and weeks building up to that fight. I was prepared for the toughest fight of my life. Ciryl Gane is a very, very dangerous opponent, and I was ready to do what I needed to do to win. Look, I wasn't trying to knock him out. I wasn't trying to do anything like that. I was just trying to pace myself for 5 rounds.
And just to be clear, that shot where it appeared as though your nose was bloody, was that a bloody nose? Was that a broken nose? What happened there?
Hey, my nose is sweet.
I know.
My nose is all good. It's just like, mate, I broke my nose probably 3 or 4 times in my life. All my sparring partners know that hit me in the nose, it's going to bleed. But mate, the Gen Z, I don't even know if it's Gen Z, so I don't want to blame that generation, but the kind of casual noob hater MMA fan that sees one bit of blood and think that guy's losing a fight, it's wild. These people must think I'm literally unstoppable, to think that just because I've got a bloody nose I'm losing a fight. Like, I got hit with a couple of jabs and a couple of low kicks. Like, you really think I got to this position having like 30 MMA fights or whatever I've had, including my amateur career, that if I get hit a couple of times in the nose, I start looking for a way out? Like, come on, mate.
Fairly early in the fight, Tom, around 3 minutes and 11 seconds of the first round, you guys are in an exchange. You quickly kind of shoot for a takedown, and he defends it by putting his hands in your face, and it looked like he poked you in that position too. And I've seen a video of your dad look at a bunch of highlights from the fight, and he counts like 4 or 5 instances where it seems like the fingers are in your eye. Did any of those moments, here it is, 3:11, you quickly level change, and then that happens, and then you stand back upright? Any of those moments affect you as well, to the point where you thought like, shit, what is going on here? Why are there so many fingers coming towards my eye?
Yeah, definitely. Well, the first poke was pretty hard as well. But I wasn't really shooting for a takedown with that. Do you see my chat with Khabib before? You see my chat?
Oh, yeah. In the locker room.
Yeah. So Khabib was basically saying to me the same plan that my team was saying to me, is that I need to just mix it up in between the striking and the takedowns. So I was mixing it up, but I didn't really commit on a full takedown. It was just like I was kind of faking to go for a takedown, but each time I did it, he stuck his fingers towards my face, towards my eyes. So I didn't actually fully commit to any takedowns. I was just showing him that it was there.
Okay. In the video you posted on Sunday, you full-blown called him a cheater. You think that he is a cheater and, I dare I say, a dirty fighter as a result of that, right? Why do you feel that way? Why do you feel like he did this on purpose?
Mate, the evidence is there, my friend. It's not the first fight that he's been a big meanie and cheating, pulling out dirty tactics. Even the GOAT, John Jones himself, said that he cheats.
Mm-hmm. And was this a concern going into the fight? Were you guys talking like, how are we going to have to deal with this if these types of things happen to us in the fight?
Yeah, well, I mean, we asked the referee before in the locker room. We literally said, I think my dad literally said, this guy cheats a lot. Like, what are you going to do about it if he cheats? And the ref said to us, how did you word it now? Something like...
The best part about cheating, yeah.
Yeah, the best part about cheating is that it works. So, not the response I was hoping for.
So I understand it's an awful answer for a referee to say that. I understand what he was trying to say was, hey, it's going to affect you if he cheats. Let me do my part, let me do my job, and you just worry on handling the situation. But the real point is that people cheat in MMA all the time and there are no repercussions. That's my issue with it, right? And so it's almost worth it to poke someone in the eye or kick them below the belt because you get a stern warning, the fight continues, but now you're compromised and the other guy is okay. So do you feel like this is going to change anything in the sport? Because look, in the end, what happened, it's a no contest. I think it should have been a DQ because this nonsense about intentional or unintentional is crazy. I think you commit a foul, the fight can't continue. You have now lost because you just committed a foul, an illegal foul. And it seems like even speaking to Andy Foster in the aftermath, this is bringing about some type of discussion about changing the rules. What do you think should happen as a result of all this?
What I think should happen is if there's a foul, like in my case, double eye gouge was what happened to me. So if you want the fight to carry on fairly, I get a free foul on him. So I'll double eye gouge him back. And then we restart the fight. I think that's fair.
I feel like that might be a tough one to pull off.
Well, so's continuing when you've got no eyesight.
No, of course. I think that the first time a foul is inflicted, there should be an immediate point deduction. And
if you fight in a 5-round fight, and so say you get kicked in the nuts, for example.
Sure.
You get kicked in the nuts really bad. You know what it's like when you get kicked in the nuts. It friggin' hurts. It's not very fun. You feel sick. You can't move around properly.
Yeah.
So you get kicked in the nuts really bad in the first round. The other guy loses a point, and you win the round. The guy who's fouled, the victim, wins the round. Now, there's another 4 rounds after that. You have to fight compromised with, sore balls or no eyes or whatever it may be. So, yeah, you lose a round. But if it's a 5-round fight, you've still got another 20 minutes to go.
Right.
While you're compromised.
But realistically, they're not going to let you stand in front of him and nail him in the nuts, right?
Well, why not? What? Why? If one guy's poking in the eyes, let the other guy have a go poking him in the eyes, and then it's fair, isn't it?
What about this intentional, unintentional stuff?
Because I can see sometimes how it can be unintentional. Like if we're talking about eye pokes from a grappling exchange, your hands need to be open when you're grappling. So I can understand if you put your hand in the wrong place, it might slip in someone's eye. But if you stood at range, like when it happened to me, he was stood at kicking range. And if we're talking, I personally think that Cyril Gane is one of the most technical strikers to ever fight in the heavyweight division. I personally genuinely believe that. If he's one of the most technical fighters in the heavyweight division, why has he not learned to punch with his hand closed at kicking range? It doesn't make any sense how that can be unintentional.
So you think it should have been a DQ?
I'm not saying it should have been anything. I'm not there to make the rules, but I wouldn't have mind giving him a double eye poke and then we'll carry on.
So do you think it's part of his game plan to do this?
I have no idea.
But if you say he's a dirty fighter, he's a cheater, then it would suggest that he tries to do this in order to gain an advantage, right?
Well, he cheats in near enough every fight.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't seen the Cyril Gane fight that he's not cheated in yet.
Because of the way you feel about these tactics, do you have any concern about fighting him again?
Maybe I'll be doing the fouls next time. Who knows?
But do you have any concern about fighting him?
No.
No, okay. And could I just ask about, this has been a debate, especially in the aftermath, about the gloves and about Jim Miller's. We've had a million conversations about this. Do you think anything can be done to stop the eye pokes or at least curb them? Or do you think this is always going to be a part of the game just because of the fingerless gloves and the way in which you guys fight?
It's a good question. I mean, we could debate about it for days. The gloves, the UFC gloves, and compared to some other organizations' gloves, are very open. So it's definitely easier to extend your fingers. But I think if you want to extend your fingers in any gloves, you can extend them. But yeah, at this point, I just want my health back. I just want my health and my eyes to be good, and we can move forward.
Did you rewatch the fight?
Yeah, I've watched it.
In that moment when the ref is talking to you and the doctor as well, the announcers keep saying, like, don't say you can't see, don't say you can't see. And I find that crazy too. It's like, what does that mean? Like, you have to lie? You're supposed to be able to say how you're feeling in the moment without repercussion. How do you feel about that talk of, like, the worst thing you could do is tell the doctor you can't see? If you can't see, you can't see. What are you supposed to do?
Yeah, well, first of all, I got poked, and it was like, right, just give me a minute. So I wanted the time out, and then the ref just kept coming up to me, or the doctor, or whoever it was, I can't really remember, and he was just like, "You okay? You're like," he's following me around saying, "You okay? You good?" And then I was just like, I can't fucking see. Just like, give me a minute. But then the sight absolutely was not coming back, and I've seen as heavyweight, like not even as heavyweight fighters, sorry, just as MMA fighters, you get a punch in the eye, you get a kick in the eye, whatever it may be. We've got to fight through it. Like, that's part of the sport. Like, that's absolutely fine. That's a legal punch. Kneed in the eye, elbowed in the eye, punched in the eye, kicked in the eye. Like, those are legal, perfectly allowed moves. When I fought Andrei Arlovski, actually, I know it's a long time ago, and I'm sure you remember this, Ariel. You got a good memory. This was 2020, 2011, 2021, maybe, something like that. I actually got punched in the eyeball against Andrei Arlovski, and during that fight, I had double vision. I wasn't moving my feet around because it was making me dizzy, and I was adopting a stance that was kind of like this. I usually fight with my hands pretty loose. I was adopting a stance that's kind of like this, so I could see him properly, and stood with my feet in the middle of the cage. So look, I fought through having one eye before, but when you get double eye gouged and it's against the rules and you can't see anything, like, if you're going to continue, that's just suicide, especially against a guy like Cyril Gane. Like, if I can't see somebody because of an illegal move, look, if it's legal, everything's good. It's a punch, kick, knee, elbow. We got to carry on. We got to fight through it. But if it's both eyes and it's an illegal technique, I'm not a dummy. Like, I'm not gonna carry on in a fight that I'm definitely not going to win because somebody else is cheating and I can't see.
This is the.
There it is. There it is.
That's
the picture.
What a great job by our team. There it is.
I'm adopting the stance that I've never adopted before or since, where I couldn't see my opponent, and I'm just looking through there just to try and see him properly because I couldn't see it in that fight. But again, that was because of a legal technique, so we've got to fight through it.
Well, we talked about fans and stuff like that, but when you had some former fighters, active fighters, weigh in and say, like, sometimes, this is the way it's got to be. Sometimes, like Anthony Smith and Chael Sonnen got some heat, and Chael came on the show and clarified his statements, but their stance, it seemed like in that moment, was like, you're the champion, you got to fight through it. You got to fight with one eye. When you saw it from fighters, how did that make you feel?
Mate, completely agree. If you get punched, kicked, kneed, elbow in the eye, you got to fight through it. I did fight through it against Andrei Arlovski, as we just spoke about. If you get, and that's with one eye, if you get double eye gouged and you can't see anything because of an illegal move, why you got to fight through it? Why have I got to put my UFC heavyweight title on the line that I've worked for my whole life for, just to go and get knocked out in front of everybody, just so I can be a bit of a brave guy? Like, I've fought through a lot of stuff in fighting. A lot. Like I say, I fought with one eye before when I fought Arlovski because I got punched in the eye, but this was different. I got double eye poked illegally.
And then we get to the post-fight press conference, Tom, and Dana White is there, and his demeanor initially seemed to be one of someone who was upset, annoyed. And then he said the line that has been dissected, and you talked about it a little bit on your YouTube channel, where his take was Tom didn't want to continue. It didn't feel like he was defending you or the decision not to fight or the injury or even being critical of Cyril. It seemed like he was upset that the fight didn't continue because it was back and forth, and it seemed like he was actually rather complimentary of Cyril. When you heard his comments, how did you react?
Yeah, slightly disappointing because he hadn't spoke to me. He hadn't give any he was already giving updates on my health, and he had no idea what had gone on. Yeah, so disappointing, mate. Disappointing.
The notion of it being framed as Tom didn't want to continue, as opposed to he got poked in the eye, he couldn't see, he can't get that stuff. That phrase, the way that picture was painted, in the moment you're in the hospital, you're hearing this, you're seeing this, and how did that sit with you?
I was very disappointed. Yeah, very disappointed.
Do you think the way that was phrased led to some of the criticism afterwards? In other words, if he would have come up and said, poked in the eye, illegal, couldn't see, couldn't continue, serious injury, et cetera, people would have laid off. They would have taken cues from him.
It definitely didn't help the cause. Definitely didn't.
Have you spoken to him since?
No.
Is that disappointing?
I've spoken to the UFC since, but I've not spoken to, me and Dana don't really speak like that anyway, so.
Ever?
No. Ever.
Is that surprising?
Not really. I mean, no. No, it's not. I mean, I've said hello here and there, but I don't really have a relationship with Dana. I have a relationship with, I speak to Hunter.
You're the heavyweight champion of the world. You're a huge star. You've taken fights on short notice. You've been backup fighter. You stayed on the sidelines for et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It surprises me a little bit, the face of the UK fight scene, all that stuff. It surprises me that you have no kind of relationship with him.
Yeah. I don't really know what to say. That's the way it is.
Has he sent you a text or DM in the aftermath? Hope you're feeling better.
No, nothing like that. Nothing like that. He actually gave, like I said, he started giving updates that there was nothing wrong with my eye when that isn't the case. So
right.
No, I've done. Like I say, I've done a lot for the UFC. So yeah, disappointing.
Do you feel let down?
I have been in contact with the UFC, so it's not like Dana isn't the whole promotion.
Okay.
I've still, I've been in contact with Hunter and stuff. But yeah, like I said, I don't really have a close relationship with Dana anyway.
Do you feel like they've taken care of you, the organization?
In terms of what?
In the aftermath, I don't know what they're telling you, go to this doctor, we'll take care, we'll fly you out, this specialist, we have your back, take your time. Have they shown you the love and support that someone in your position deserves?
Not really.
Is that frustrating?
Yeah, well, it's disappointing, mate.
Yeah.
Disappointing.
Are they already asking, like, hey, when can you come back?
Yeah, but I'm not in a position to be able to answer that right now. We sent them all the doctor's reports and stuff, so that's all we can do.
Okay. And you mentioned surgery. When will you know if you have to have surgery?
So apparently with eyes, I mean, I ain't an eye doctor, so I don't know, like, but they said that they need to let it heal as much as possible, because especially with the stuff that's going on with my eyes, it's quite intricate with the surgery that they're doing, and it's quite risky. So they're trying to like leave it as long as possible before they take any medical stuff, because for me, fighting now is like secondary to my health. Do you know what I mean? My health is like, I never realized how important my health is to me. And also, they're talking about doing these injections. So the injection, the damage to me is predominantly done on the back of my eyeball. And so I broke my, I don't know if you've seen on the doctor's report, the CT scan showed that I have a crack like on the back of my orbital, like around the back of my eye as well. And the damage is done like on the muscles back there as well. And that's actually the orbital wall or whatever at the back of your eye. It's only as thin as a fingernail, apparently. That's the thickness, so it cracks really easy, but obviously it doesn't get touched much because it's so far back. So all the procedures and surgeries that need to be done are potentially pretty risky, because they're at the back of my eyeball, so they have to go far in to be able to get to it. And obviously, if they've got to go far in, that's pretty risky. So they want to leave it as long as possible before they do that. So right now, I'm just waiting. I've got another appointment. I've got appointments weekly. So like I said, right now, mate, fighting, what I'm thinking about fighting is secondary. I just got to get better. Are you in pain? Like, does light bother you? No, I'm not in pain. At first, I had like a bit of a headache and stuff, but now it's I don't know, like, it's just more like dizziness and double vision. But the health's got to come first, because them little gloves are dangerous, man. I don't fancy getting poked in the eye again. Now, minutes after the fight, Jon Jones changed his profile picture, the duck with the eye patch. A few days later, Dirty Boxing, he's on a horse coming to the weigh-ins, a horse with an eye patch. This scene here, he's made some comments in the aftermath about, like, you know, your heart, your determination, you've looked for way outs. What do you make of the way Jon Jones has talked about you and acted towards you in the aftermath? Yeah, good for him, man. Good for him. I thought this guy was the GOAT. Focus on yourself, bro. You retired. Just do your own thing. If you're so much better than everybody else, just go and enjoy yourself. Don't worry about what I'm doing. Him talking about like an old fight where you got submitted and all this stuff, like questioning your heart and all this. You see that? Yes, I mean, I've seen bits, but like... Does it annoy you? Does it piss you off? Not at all, mate. Not at all. I was trying to get a fight with him. I realised that's not going to happen, but John's just doing some damage to himself out there, so I'll let him do his thing. Okay. It just seems like he's trying to pile on, and it doesn't... You know, he has since admitted that he was offered $30 million to fight you, that he said yes, and that he backed out. He has since admitted to this, and he's very apologetic, and he's trying to get on this White House card. So to me, my take is, like, if you're such an easy fight, if you're such a quitter, why didn't you take the $30 million to fight you? Oh, mate, you know what? I feel like I've just spent enough energy talking about Jon Jones. He's a waste of time. Okay, fair enough. Were you surprised by that number? Can I just ask you that? 30 million? Yeah. I wouldn't mind 30 mil, mate. I'd take that. Were you getting close to that? I was getting nowhere near that. Okay. Can I ask you about Waldo Cortez Acosta? Because the following week, he fought your teammate, Antidelia, who had some things to say about eye pokes. And then, unfortunately, he poked Waldo. And then Waldo came back and knocked him out. That was just a crazy turn of events. And now he has had some fun at your expense. With the eye patches and whatnot. Have you seen any of this? Yeah, good for him, man. Good for him. Like, you know, like in fighting, for example, punches. Some punches, you punch somebody and they just look at you. Other punches, you punch them and they get knocked out. Like, not every punch is the same. And he got eye poked and his eye was good. I got double eye poked and I've got damage. So, look, good for him. Okay. And I'll let you go in a moment. I really appreciate the time. I know we've kept you a little bit longer than usual, but there was so much to get to. You did post on your channel, no more Mr. Nice Guy. Were you just having fun there, or is this actually going to be the new Tom? Are you going to show us a different side of you? What did you mean when you put that out? No, this is. I mean, I'm always going to be me when it comes to people I know and love and stuff. But as far as this fighting stuff, this stuff's ruthless, and I mean, I think that my fighting record speaks for itself in how quickly I can finish somebody. But I ain't. I ain't gonna be nice to people no more.
Okay, what do you mean by that? Like, who are you referring to?
My opponents mainly.
Okay. Did you feel in the past you were too nice towards them?
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. But I won't. I'll be less nice going forward.
Okay. Does that also mean towards the public, towards the fans, the media?
No, I don't think so. I got some serious fans out there, and I appreciate all of them. The people who are talking, they're not my fans anyway, so I don't really care about them.
Do you have any concern that you may never fight again?
I care about my health a lot, especially my vision, and we just got to see what happens with that. I obviously want to fight again, but we'll see what happens. I just got to wait for the doctor and get back moving before I think I got to start training again before I start thinking about fighting.
So as of right now, they haven't given you any kind of timeline like, hey, we think in 6 months or 8 months or 9 months or 4 months, any type of even like loose timeline that we think you'll feel better by this time if you do this so that you can get back to doing that?
Not right now.
Nothing.
I don't have any of that. I'm still waiting.
Okay. Is that driving you nuts?
That is driving me nuts.
Yeah.
That is, yeah.
Are you helping out with the team at the gym? Are you coaching guys? Are you doing something just to be a part of things?
Not right now.
Okay.
No.
You're just staying away.
I'm just staying away.
I thought we might see you with Rico in his UFC debut.
What do you mean? He's not been signed by the UFC, has he?
No, he hasn't. He has left Glory, as you know, and I reported that he has talked to the UFC, but he has multiple options on the table at the moment. But wouldn't that be something?
What are the options then?
I know the UFC is one of them. I know there's a potential big fight in 2026. I do believe boxing is one of them as well.
Okay, all right. Yeah, well, I'll be wishing him luck, whatever he does. I'll be trying to help where I can and stuff like that.
Would you like to see him in the UFC?
I'd like to see him do whatever he wants to do because he deserves to make big money. So whatever he's doing, he deserves to do it and get paid the most for it. So I wish him luck, of course.
Okay. Is there anything that we didn't touch on that you wanted to get out there? I know you said that in due time you're going to move on from this and not talk about it anymore, and totally respect that.
No, like I say, it's going to be. I'm just going to do. I've got this interview today. I've got one tomorrow, and I ain't going to talk about it no more. So I just wanted to update everyone from my perspective because everyone obviously has their own stuff on it. Look, if you still believe what you believe after everything that's been put out there, that's absolutely fine. And look. In my time off, we're going to be doing bits on the YouTube channel anyway. So we got UFC. What UFC is coming up this weekend? Rab
323.
Yeah, we got a review of that going down this weekend, and we're going to be doing little bits over there on the YouTube channel. So that's all for now, and I'll be in the gym lifting weights and in the hospital.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it, Tom. Thank you so much for coming on. Really do appreciate it. Hope you get well soon. Have a great holiday season with your family, and don't listen to the haters. All right.
I ain't listening to him. Don't worry. You can't keep a good man down.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you, Tom. All the best to you. Thanks so much for this.
All right.
Good luck.
There you go.
All right. Bye. There he is, Tom Aspinall, joining us, the reigning defending UFC heavyweight champion. Appreciate him coming on. Spoke for quite a bit of time and a little bit long. Wow, look outside. It is dark and disturbed out there.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, Oban. But we covered a lot. We said a lot. He said a lot. And yeah, hard not to feel for him. It's a shitty situation. Can't imagine what it would be like to have to deal with the frustrations of the last year and then getting the fight, and the fight, ends inconclusively, and the aftermath and the injury and the uncertainty. It's just a lot. It's a lot to deal with. It's a lot to handle. So we wish him the best. Thank you very much to Tom and the team for stopping by. And let's see how this story plays out. Surely there will be more twists and turns along the way. No doubt about that. In about 10 minutes' time, we are going to be joined by Sean O'Malley. And then after that, Arnold Allen is going to stop by. Sean O'Malley, of course, is fighting on that UFC 324 card. It's 324 on January 24th, T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. And he is fighting Song Yadong. And it might be, let's see. I was actually thinking about this earlier. It is the first time since 2022, since October of 2022, so about, is my math correct if I say 3 years, 2.5 years? First time in 2.5 years, first time in 5 fights that he is fighting in a 3-round fight, 15 minutes. It's not for the belt. He's not the champ, not for an interim title or anything like that. It's just a really important fight in the men's bantamweight division. Currently, Sean O'Malley is ranked 2nd. Song Yadong is ranked 5th. Number 1 is Umar Nurmagomedov. He's also fighting on that card against Davison Figueiredo, who's currently ranked 6th. Obviously, Merab Dvalishvili is fighting against Petr Yan, who's ranked 3rd. So it's a good time to talk to Sean. And of course, we found out about this fight on Thursday when Dana White made the announcement during halftime of the Cowboys versus Chiefs game. Following that, we'll talk to Arnold Allen, who is also fighting on this card against Jean Silva. It is a stacked card, no doubt about it. And the other fights that have been announced, Rose Namajunas against Alexa Grasso, Atiba Gauthier against Andre Puliev. They are clearly trying to get off on the right foot, start with a bang. And Waldo Cortez Acosta versus Derek Lewis, I mean, it's the classic, there's no way this fight is going the distance. And it's like one of those where you're like, oh shit, it actually went the distance. I mean, I really do think there's no way this fight goes the distance. But that is a very good 5-pack of fights. You know, again, my one complaint is where Kayla and Amanda is, and the interim belt not featuring the number 1 contender. Yada, yada, yada. Them's the breaks, them's the breaks. By the way, yesterday, I mentioned very quickly, I think Merab Dvalishvili, if he wins this weekend, it is fait accompli, case closed, no questions asked, no problem, all good. He is the male fighter of the year. There have been some good, contenders, namely Issa Makhachev, 2-0, moving up, winning the 2nd title. But I think defending your belt 4 times in a calendar year. Also, this is if he wins, so we're not going to count our chickens before they hatch, but 4 times in a calendar year. And oh, by the way, 2 of those fights will be rematches, O'Malley and Yan. You fight a killer in Sanhagen, who is in great form. You fight a killer and previously undefeated Umar Nurmagomedov. I think it's not even a question of debate, and we'll have our award show at the beginning of January. What do you guys think back there? GC, Rick, am I crazy? Or does the 2-0 moving up to 170 outweigh the 4 wins in your weight class?
I think it'd be crazy to say otherwise. Yeah, I don't think there's a discussion to be
It's
had.
Merab?
He goes 4 title defenses in a calendar year. You're the fighter of the year.
Okay.
Yeah, last year you were premature. This year you are not.
What did I say?
Remember, like at the midway point of the year, you called it over. It couldn't be anybody but, and I forget if you picked Ilya, Alex, whatever it was. This year,
I have no recollection.
You are. 100%.
I think it was Alex because he did 300 and international fight weeks, and he was saving cards and everything.
But I think we ended up giving it to Alex in the end.
I gave it to Ilya, but that was also 3-0 versus 2-0.
This race
and it was the names he was beating.
This race is over if Merab wins.
There's
nobody in his.
Islam is a late replacement Moicano. And then I understand going up to 170, but 4 title defenses, the conversation is over.
I think the more interesting debate is actually where does this rank in the all-time calendar years in MMA and UFC history? Because I think this would be in that territory of the John Jones, Shogun Hua years. Like this is going to be up there with an all-timer if he can.
If I'm not mistaken, first fighter to go 4-0 with 4 title defenses in a calendar year, correct?
I believe he would be the first. Yeah,
I believe he's the first.
Yeah, if he can do it in this this week, then he will have done it. But I think I don't think the fighter of the year conversations debatable at that point. But I do think where does this rank as one of the best years that any fighter has ever had, best calendar year. I think he's in that debate.
Oh my God, 100%. And by the way, I think what really makes it interesting is that there's 2 rematches there, because these guys have seen him. They've seen him at his best, and they still couldn't beat him the second time around. And so I think that makes it even more of a strong case for Hey. And like Umar was undefeated, Corey was great. Again, there are title defenses and there are title defenses, and all 4 of those fights were really, really tough fights.
There's not a cupcake here. There's not a hey, we're going to do this one as a favor to somebody. Every single one of these guys is a rightful contender that he made it look relatively easy against, except that first Umar fight. He is unbelievable.
By the way, yesterday I asked if the break in between fights, December 13th, last fight of 2025, January 24th, first fight of 2026 is the longest. This obviously Jedi knew. This, according to our good friend Jedi Goodman, it would mark the latest start to a UFC calendar year, January 24th, since 2007, when UFC Fight Night Rashad Evans versus Sean Salmon, remember that, was held on January 25th. Head kick KO. Incredible knockout. It would also represent the longest gap between UFC fights since 2020, when the pandemic caused an extended hiatus of 8 weeks. Okay, fine about the hiatus, but I want to know, like, as far as the actual scheduled events, what's the longest gap there? Because that wasn't planned. It wasn't going to be that long. When's the last time they've had that big of a gap in between fights?
Is there any chance this means they're going to do less cards than they've been doing?
No, he already said 43. I don't think so. It is interesting. I think,
Never know.
Is it possible they don't want to go up against football? Who knows? There's got to be a reason for it.
I mean, won't they be going up against the divisional and the AFC Championship, NFC Championship weekends?
Well, AFC...
No, I checked on this yesterday. Conference Championship weekend is that 25th.
Is that
so it's
Sunday?
the day after
Yeah.
324.
Okay.
So big weekend on Paramount Plus, because you can watch 324 and then potentially watch the Bills going to the Super Bowl.
Hell yeah. But that's the thing. The previous week, you might have a Saturday game, right? Divisional and wild card, you would have
definitely will. You definitely will. Yeah. So this is Sunday only, and then the week after for 325, there'll be no football.
That's my theory. They don't want to go up against football.
They're really only taking that 1 week that they normally do before the pay-per-view off. They shift that one card to later in the year when we had that.
Well, usually it's the 10th. Usually it's like the 10th, and then it's earlier, and then the pay-per-view is like the 17th, 18th, 19th, and then on and on it goes.
UFC 311 was January 18th this year,
right?
And they did the Dern Kibas.
So they did one before.
Yeah,
they'll take the one off. They'll shove that 1 week to the middle of the calendar, and everything will be fine. Same number of events. Hell, maybe they'll do more. Maybe they'll just put on more.
I hope
According to
50 cards.
the About page on the ParamountPlus.com/show/UFC/news, there will still be 43 events, 13 UFC numbered events, which I have asked some people over at Paramount Plus. That is the final name for that page. UFC numbered events.
Hell yeah. I love that we have a Paramount Plus insider here.
Thank you,
and 30 UFC fight nights. So
okay, there it is.
Get strapped for some more back-to-back
UFC
Apex cards.
numbered events.
No one knows more about the state of Paramount Plus than our very
And
own.
actually, they have just, as I'm looking at Paramount Plus, there's now a UFC numbered events in Espanol and Portuguese
Hell yeah.
pages up. So go brush up on your Duolingo or what's this, language transfer?
Yeah, shadow language.
Yeah, is that what it's called? I don't know what that is.
It's an app.
By the way, before we get to Sean, quick thoughts, GC, on Tom Aspinall?
Yeah, I kind of like this him against the world type attitude. Him not listening to the haters. Him coming back, not Mr. Nice Guy. I like it. I like it, man.
No more Mr. Nice Guy.
I also like the fact that he says that he's doing this interview, he's doing one tomorrow, and then he's time to move on from it. I mean, he's getting all this flack, he's getting all this hate, but by the time he competes again, people will start forgetting about it. If he gets 2-3 wins in 2026, no one will be talking about this at all.
Right. The question is, when is that going to happen, right? So, like, if it's another
not cleared,
8-9 months. Yeah, no, it sucks.
I can't imagine these people that actually believe, like, he is cleared, but he's just saying he's not.
Oh my God, no, of course not. I mean, look, the only thing that's going to erase all of this, unfortunately, is getting back in there and winning the fight convincingly. And it's just, as he put it, like he's developing thick skin. It's a part of the game. It's a part of, It's a byproduct of being a superstar, of being famous, of being a very popular fighter. And yeah, there is something to on the way up. Everyone's pulling for you, everyone's backing you, and then when you get out there, people are going to be super critical of you. It's a crazy, crazy couple of years for him. All right, still to come, Arnold Allen, who is fighting Jean Silva at UFC 324. But UFC 324 will also feature the long-awaited, much-anticipated return of one of the most popular fighters in the sport. And dare I say, actually, the most popular fighter to hail from the United States right now. It's an interesting time as far as the globalization of the sport. He's your friend and mine. He's the one and only, the Sugar Show, the host of the Bro Malley Show. Sugar Sean O'Malley is here. Yeah.
What up, Bonk?
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm nervous
Why?
to be on the biggest MMA podcast.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it very much. It's been a great day. Tom Aspinall and Sean O'Malley and Arnold Allen. What a show. What a lineup. I was watching perhaps the second biggest MMA podcast yesterday. It is entitled The Bro Malley Show. It was actually this morning on my morning run. I just wanted to see what you guys were talking about. I wanted to see, I wanted to take the temperature of the boys. And all of a sudden, I hear my name mentioned. No. In case you missed it, here's the little conversation about me. Here it is.
Ariel Helwani, love Ariel, love Uncle Ariel, going on a show on Tuesday.
Thank you.
Was mad that it wasn't main event Kayla Harrison versus Amanda Nunes, and they should have been co-main Justin Patty. And I'm like, Ariel, what are you smoking, brother? What are you smoking? The UFC is a goddamn business.
The first fight, too, of Paramount.
And they are not going to put Amanda Nunes versus Kayla Harrison. It's a big fight, women's history. Yes, I get it. We want to watch Patty versus Gaethje at the end of the card. We don't want to watch Amanda. They're co-main. I like that. I should be opening up the pay-per-view. I should be ending the prelims. But I don't. I think the cards, it is where it is, and I think that's okay.
I disagree with the last point about you on the prelims, and I definitely disagree with the first point as well. This is an undisputed title fight, Sean, between a two-time Olympic gold medalist, a former PFL champion, and the current reigning defending women's bantamweight champion going up against the GOAT. How could you say, the returning GOAT, how could you say that should be below a Fugazi interim title fight?
I mean, I just really don't feel like there's an argument there.
What do you mean?
Gaethje versus Patty. Okay, if you had only watched one of those fights, and you ask America, you ask the world, you only get to watch one.
Yeah.
January 24th, you only get to watch one. Who do you guys want to watch? Be honest.
Easiest,
who do you think they pick?
Easiest decision. At least I can only answer for myself. Easy, no brainer, no questions asked. It's Kayla versus Amanda. This is a generational fight. It's one of the greatest fights in MMA history. Two-time Olympic gold. Come on.
I respect your love for the sport, Ariel. I really do. I really, really do.
Here's my problem. Why can't it be the co-main? It's an interim title fight that's not for a real belt, and the number one contender isn't involved, and the champion obviously isn't involved. Why can't it be 5 rounds interim title fight below? Don't you think that it's a slap in the face to the champ and it's spitting in the face of the belt? Like, don't you think that the belt has to be at the end? The undisputed belt has to be the crescendo of the card?
I'd be curious what those girls say. And I don't know if they already, talked about it or not, but I'd be curious what their opinions on that would be.
Well, clearly you missed yesterday's Ariel Helwani show because we did have Kayla Harrison on. Yeah, I know you were traveling.
What'd she say?
She was like, Ariel, shut the F up. Control the controllables. I don't care. That's what she said. So credit to her.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah. I mean, if she really thought she should be the main event, I feel like she would have probably said that.
Yeah, I mean, what's in it for her though, right? Why would you bring that up?
We get a fight earlier. I love the 6 p.m. instead of 7 p.m.
Yeah, how about that, huh?
Love that. I love that. And I'm third fight. I'm fucking fighting early. I like that. That's cool.
How did we end up with Song?
I asked for Amen. I was like, can I just give me something a little, let's just do something, a little something easier. But Song Yadong, they're like, nah, we want you to fight Song. I was like, all right, I guess I'll fight Song.
You feel like Sahabi is easier?
Easier is not, sorry about these jets. I own an Air Force base pretty close by to my house.
No problem. I didn't actually hear them.
Jets taking off. Oh, okay. Well, that's good because I got my AirPod in. You probably hear it now? No?
Nothing.
Anyway, no, no joke. That was supposed to be a funny little joke. Eamon's, I think, excellent. He's an excellent fighter. If I looked at him in Song, and I don't think no one's easy. There's, you get knocked, no one's easy. But I did ask for Eamon. I was like, that one seems a little easier. I've always took Uncle Chael's philosophy on fighting. Fight the easiest guy for the most amount of money. I'm making the same amount of money fighting any of these guys. Who in my opinion would be the easiest?
Sure.
And I don't want to say easiest. I don't even like that word. Who's the most beatable? I don't know if there's a different word for it.
Better matchup that there. You think it's a better matchup?
Yeah. Song. I do like the Song matchup. He's explosive, fast, good fight camp. Got a lot of experience. He's young. He's hungry. It's gonna be a great win. It's a big fight. So I'm happy with where we're at.
By the way, were you into the Eamon idea before he called you out, or as a result of him calling you out?
I saw him fight Aldo. That was the first time. I didn't even know I didn't know who he was. Not in a haha way, but I didn't even know.
Sure.
He was in the UFC. Didn't know who he was. And I saw him fight Aldo. I was like, damn, that was a sick fight. Good performance. Gutted it out. Beat a legend. And then I was in a poker tournament when he fought Cheeto, but I would look up every once in a while, and it looked like a close fight. I heard it was super controversial. Just didn't have the time to go back and watch it. Been super busy, so I didn't have the time to go back and watch it. But I'll take his word for it. Close fight. He got the job done. He called me out, and I was like, shit, sure, I guess. I've been ready to fight November, December. I've been ready to go. So I just been waiting.
What took so long?
I think they wanted me on this Paramount card.
Okay.
I'm not main eventing or co-main eventing, but I bring something to the table, I guess. And they wanted me on the Paramount card. Open it up, baby. Let's roll.
Hell yeah. What about the fact that I was mentioning first time in about 3 years, 15-minute fight, 3-round fight? Do you like that? Does that matter?
Yeah, it matters. I'm excited. Just more so for the fight camp itself.
Mm-hmm.
The 5 rounds, or especially the Marab camps, they were long. They were very long camps. So yeah, I'm excited. 15 minutes. It's still going to be, high pace, still going to be, hard. 15 minutes, still a long time to fight. So, taking it as serious as I possibly can, and I'll be and ready to go. But definitely mentally, 15 minutes is a lot freer and less stress to build up for a 15-minute fight.
By the way, they announced this last week, so it's about 2 months out. Do you hit the ground running, or have you known for a while that this was going to be your date?
I kind of, when I was asking for fights, and they're like, no, December. They kind of told me about a month ago it's looking probably like January. So I've been in pre-camp, getting the body ready to go. So we're in fight camp right now. We're in camp. Hit a little mountain run this morning. Felt great and excited. Doing some movement, right? Getting the body ready. Yeah. We have this guy Cameron Shane down here who's like a movement expert. Kind of like playing touch butt in the park, kind of like that kind of stuff. But it's been really nice. Every morning for an hour, we meet out in my warehouse. He's been staying on the property in his van with his wife. We meet in the warehouse and we just wake the body up with some movement. It's a very simple concept, but it goes a long way. These last few years, my body just has felt broke down. Just been feeling like just hard to get through a week of good hard training, and so I'm really, this movement I feel like is really going to help, and it has been helping already. I've already noticed some differences in the the movement in my spine and the range of motion in my joints, and I'm feeling better, noticeably better, and I'm excited, and I feel like this is going to add years to my career. I really want to fight till the fucking wheels fall off. I don't want to get out too early. I don't want to get out too late, but I do want to push it and fight for a while, and I can only do that if the body holds up, and so I feel like this is going to be a great addition to the team. Ido Portal-esque. Yes. You know that guy, Ido Portal? He was the Connor's movement coach. Yes, exactly. It is very similar stuff to that. Yes. One thing about your mentality that I was wondering about, at a young age, you climbed the mountain, you won the belt, and obviously you're not the champion now, but I wonder if there's like a monkey off your back. Allegedly. I wonder though, like,
you don't have to go. You don't have to worry about the chase. You already accomplished what everyone dreams of accomplishing. And I wonder if there's a monkey off your back as a result of that. Now you could just have fun. You can look for fun fights. You can do it. Or is the belt still item number one? Do you desire that the most? And is that what the motivation is?
You know what? I can't really decide that. I've thought about it multiple times, and I never really. It's like the belt. Being the champ is great. I do feel like there's some freedom. Like I did that. There's a sense of relief. Just like, okay, I accomplished that. What's next? It's like winning the belt again. Sounds fun. Sounds exciting. Merab's obviously there at the top. We're 1-1, so a trilogy makes sense. Peter goes out there and wins. It's like the rematch with Peter's a big fight. And, I want big fights, but, if the title's on the line, that just adds more to it. But also 3 rounds. I could be a 3-round champ. Like maybe if Merab wins, like he's the 5-round champ, I'm the 3-round champ. That sounds sick to me. I might just do that. Be the 3-round bantamweight UFC champion of the world.
You probably don't think about these things, but I really do think that you're the most popular American fighter right now.
Yeah, I know. I heard you say that in a little introduction. I was like, ooh.
Right?
Is that true? Might be.
There's no American-born male champion right now. There's only one American female champion, Kayla Harrison. And there's not a lot of guys in the pipeline as far as like soon-to-be superstar and #1 contender. You're that guy.
I'm that guy, Ariel.
As far as active. John Jones is there, but I don't view him as an active fighter.
Fair. Yeah, I guess I didn't really think about that. I just feel like I feel like we're obviously not just getting started, but we are a lot closer to just getting started than we are towards the end. So I feel like you're only as good as your last performance. Last performance didn't go so well. I go out there and put on a really, really fun, exciting fight, a finish over Song. I'm back to being that guy. I'm one of the top 3 of the UFC right now. Not quite there. Kind of, it fluctuates. This is how these careers go. Right now, I'm, a little bit, 2-fight losing streak, 1.5, depends on how you count that first fight.
Sure.
Next fight, I go out there, have an exciting fight. These fans, they're as good as your last fight. So I go out there and put on a beautiful performance. I'm him again.
Yeah. I dare I say you're still him. The wins and losses don't define you. I do wonder, though, why did you give the belt that you won when you beat Aljamain Sterling to Steve Will Do It? Why would you do that?
Steve is a great human being. He means well. I know he's a little all over the place, and I hope he's doing good right now. He got me a lot of stuff when I first met him, and I wanted to give him something meaningful. And what better? That was the most meaningful thing I could have gave him. So I'm hoping it's not in a closet somewhere, and it's propped up in a beautiful location, and
or in a pawn shop or something, right?
Could be in a pawn shop, very well could be, but I don't think so. I think he, I don't know, man.
Do you regret it?
No, I mean, if he enjoys it, if he looks at it, he sees it once in a while and gets some inspiration from it, some motivation from it, then it's where it needs to be. I would regret it if it is on eBay.
Okay. We disagree about Kayla being the co-main, but it seems like we agree on maybe like the announcement lacking a little panache, right? I saw you talking about that. It needed a little flair, right? Like, what's going on? There's been a lot of talk lately, and I've been talking about it as well. I feel like it's a little uninspired right now. The promos, the marketing, I feel like we need a little bit more. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm just used to Dana just being excited and turning red. He's so excited about the next fight. And he's, it's halftime. It's a halftime show on Thanksgiving. There's so many. But what I feel like is it was supposed to be Patty Elia. It was supposed to be Elia Justin. Elia was supposed to fight. And then, I think moving pieces, it kind of falls out. Now Dana wants to see the biggest fight. And I think that maybe was supposed to be the fight, fell through. Now he's kind of doing that, but I don't know. Who knows? I don't know.
How do you feel about Ilya not fighting?
I don't blame him at all. If he's going through, that kind of stuff, divorce and relationship stuff, it's you gotta figure out that stuff, personal stuff, before you get in the fight camp. Your mind needs to be ready, focused, sharp. you need a good team, good, people around you, and if you're dealing with that stuff, it is not a time to be in fight camp. So yeah, I think he's making the right decision.
I like how it's starting out with you and Song. Your tweet when it first was announced was, "I don't beat my dong, but I will beat Yadong," which was I thought was a good one. He then came out with something about like, having some sugar and all this stuff, which was not bad. But then this video that he posted yesterday, have you seen this one? How he was greeted.
No, I didn't even see the sugar one you said. I haven't seen anything.
Here it is.
Oh,
Thank
God.
you, O'Malley, for celebrating my birthday with me.
That's funny. I like it.
You like it? It's a little. It's creative, right?
I like it. I bring this kind of social media out of people. I bring Merab really turned it up when we first fought and kind of went into his own little lane. Song's doing that. I like it. It's fun.
Are you still off social?
I have not been on social media this year, and feels good.
So even like that tweet, who's posting that?
Garrett. I have Garrett. He runs all my socials. If I want to tweet something, I text him. Yo, Garrett, tweet this. If I want, we have scheduled posts. He's very active on there. But I don't actually make those posts.
Incredible. And you don't miss it.
I feel better. I feel better. I feel like there's less pointless noise in my head. I feel like I'm less Sugar the character in my day-to-day interactions. I feel more free. I feel noticeably better.
Any other big changes? Like you've talked about, staying off the weed and stuff, the social media, the phone, all that. Any other big changes since the Merab fight?
No, I actually have been smoking my marijuana again, and God damn it, I missed it. I hit my vaporizer once, twice a night, little puff, and it just feels good. But other than that, no, just it's off socials. Pickleball, the Pickle Dojo.
Okay, I was
open
yesterday. As of yesterday,
the Pickle Dojo, we opened up 4 pickleball courts right next to the gym. Literally, the walls separating the Pickle Dojo from the dojo, and really been enjoying pickleball. Tim and I opened it up together. It's like this 80s kind of theme.
Look at it. Look at this right here. Look at this. This is incredible.
Beautiful. It is beautiful. The Pickle Dojo.
Is it true that only 200 members?
Well, there's only 4 courts.
Yeah, I know, but
we can't.
Okay.
We can't have too many people. I mean, we're just going with the flow, figuring it out. If we have 200 members and there's 4 hours out of the day that are available, it's like, okay, we could add more members, but we want to make sure, if you sign up, you have time to play. So 200 was kind of a number we thought would make sense and kind of go with the flow. Neither of us, we just started playing pickleball 8 months ago. So it's like, we're kind of learning as we go.
It's beautiful. Who designed all of this?
I think that me and Tim were just kind of bouncing ideas back and forth. I definitely wanted colorful courts. The Pickle Dojo, shout out Chat GPT, with helped us come up with the name, the logo. And, we found some people that did pickleball courts and got in contact and kind of just busted it out.
I love it. It's great. Also,
you ever play?
I've dabbled. My wife's a big tennis fan, so we're a tennis family. She's one of those like elitists who's like, oh, the pickleball is ruining the tennis vibe and the culture. And I think she's getting old enough to where she should probably start thinking about pickleball because the knees are starting to break down.
It.
Yeah, I don't know. She's a bit of a snob.
It's unfortunate.
Maybe we could go check it out and get some. What is it? The Red Hawk Cafe. What is the cafe right next?
Oh yeah, the Java House.
The Java House.
Organic quality coffee. Take a little hit of that, and then head over to the Pickle Dojo and get some.
Sounds phenomenal.
Some dinks in. It'd be incredible.
What about you and Jake Paul? Was that fun? What was the experience like being over there in Puerto Rico with him?
Yeah, that was super fun. It was short 2-day trip. I went out there originally, just to shoot with W and for like some Christmas promo stuff. And the fat suits were interesting. It took like 2 hours to put on, and the guy, the team that did it did an incredible job. It's that was cool. That was cool. I can't believe he's fighting Anthony Joshua. I like Jake a lot. I want him to win, and that shit, like, just scares me a little bit, Ariel. I'm not gonna lie. I really do.
Do you think he's crazy for doing this?
I mean, there's anybody that fights just in general is a little bit crazy, but yeah, I think he's a little crazy. But watch him. I mean, watch him go out there and win. Then what? I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna tune in. It's gonna be huge. It's on Netflix. It's a big deal. Big paydays. Big fight. But I rarely watch the TV and just like I'm nervous. But this is gonna be one where I'm nervous.
Have you seen how AJ is looking?
Not really.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this right here.
See, there's no tomorrow.
Forget about that part. Look at those abs.
Yeah, he's terrifying. That's how I feel like when I get out of the cold plunge sometimes.
Yeah, no, I know. I know what you mean. I thought he brought you in maybe because you're around the same size as Tank Davis. I thought you guys actually were sparring.
Ariel, come on.
What?
Enough with the low blows.
No, 135.
5'3".
No, but
he's 5'3".
Same weight class. Yeah,
but I mean, what? That was funny. You got jokes there.
No.
I know you set that one up. That was hilarious.
You still looking for that one?
Tank? I would love to fight Tank. That would be very interesting. I would love to. I'll say box Tank. I would love to box Tank. Fight? Nah, it'd be kind of boring. I mean, it'd be fun, but easy. Boxing would be difficult.
Zuffa Boxing. Have you asked?
I'm always saying like, hey, do you guys want to throw me in there? They don't seem too interested in bringing in UFC guys to do the Zuffa stuff.
Right.
At least from what from my conversations. But you never know. Like I go out there, beat Song, knock Song out, look good, blah, 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 boxing looking good. Gervonta gets out of jail and says something funny, and things can build up. But as of now, it's definitely not enough interest.
Who do you think wins, Merab or Jan?
I mean, the only way I see Jan beating him is Merab's getting confident in his hands. He damn near knocked out Corey Sandhagen, but he's punching more. He did it with Umar too, where he was kind of throwing some more combos. And he did it with Corey. Peter's someone you got to be careful with, like keeping your chin up, because he'll capitalize. He's got such good counters. He's fast. He'll sit in the pocket. He'll trade. But Merab's just, he's got, I think his fight IQ is smarter than his regular IQ, and he's got a good fight IQ. So I think he's gonna go up. I don't think he's gonna necessarily sit and try to trade with him, but you never know.
So ultimately, you're leaning towards Merab unless he kind of falls in love with the striking and gets caught.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm thinking.
I think he's the fighter of the year if he wins this fight. 4 title defenses in a calendar year is kind of crazy, right?
How could you not be? I mean, 100% fighter of the year. That's super impressive. It's insane, actually. It's wild. Just the fight camps alone, going through 4, 5 round fight camps alone, let alone the fights. Like, it's very impressive.
Do you think he's making a mistake by coming back so soon? His last fight was in early October.
I mean, I guess we'll see. He seems like he's not a dude that literally just eats healthy, sleeps good, gets to the gym and warms up, and he doesn't really live by those rules, and it's working out for him. So I don't know if these rules apply by coming back too early.
Sure. What do you think about this Peyton Talbot now that he's bounced back? He's fighting Henry.
Yeah, super random. I like it though. I mean, it was just super random. I just kind of, Henry's retired, came back. I didn't know where he was at, and then he just gets the fight announced. I don't know. I think if Henry's going to accept the fight, book a fight, I feel like Henry's going to show up. He did look pretty good against Song, even though he got eye poked. He looked good in the fight. He didn't look bad, didn't look old. So I think he's gonna show up, and I'm pretty curious how that one plays out.
I saw you do a breakdown about the eye pokes and whatnot, and we just had Tom on. How do you feel? How do you feel about the eye pokes? What can be done?
I don't know, man. I don't know. The gloves thing seems like the only real. Maybe glasses. Maybe we wear goggles. Maybe we start wearing some sick goggles.
What about?
Has anyone thought about that?
What about the fact that, like, if you poke someone in the eye, it's an immediate point deduction, and that would stop people from being so loosey-goosey with it. You don't think?
I don't think so. I don't really think, like, maybe there's some guys that intentionally do it knowing like the repercussions aren't that bad. to where, but realistically, I mean, you're in a fight, you're doing shit, your hands come out, it happens, like, unfortunately. And, I mean, it's still going to happen, but if you just take a fight, you got to do something to prevent it happening in general, but I don't know what that is.
The breakdowns are great. You're killing it. I even saw you giving money. You gave out money to some strangers, like just some guys on the street. I saw this. You know what I'm talking about?
Really?
Yes.
Nice of me.
Yes, it was so nice. You went to like someone's house and you just gave him money. Just like that?
Oh, those were old. That was with
Look at
I
this.
was wondering which one. Yeah, that was with Juan from That Was Epic. Are you familiar with his YouTube channel?
I'm not, but I was very impressed by you doing this.
He does these kind of these videos all the time, and we collaborated on this one. But yeah, these that was a funny one. That was fun. But yeah, that was a while ago.
Okay, my bad. By the way,
it's okay.
Before I let you go, Alex Pantoja fighting on this card. He says he's not interested in moving up to fight Merab, but he is interested in moving up to fight you. What do you think of that?
He's trying to get it back, Ariel. I'm 1-0 against him. I got the first round liver shot finish. He wants it back. I get it. Yeah, I mean, that's probably smart he doesn't fight Merab. I think that's just a bad matchup for him. But I think I'm not a great matchup for him either, to be honest. But that's what I'm saying. That 3-round champ shit. Maybe I'm getting called out by other champs. It's a real thing. 3-round UFC champion. I'd fight him, obviously.
Yeah. That was first round, you said?
First round liver shot. I'll send you a video. Actually, I think I posted it. I didn't even want to post it, but he kept bringing it. And I feel bad because he didn't bring it up, but everybody was so, like, would bring it up in the interviews. So he'd have to he was like forced to talk about it and talk shit about it. He's like, oh, you don't have the video. You haven't posted. I'm like, no, I do have it. I just don't want to post it because you're not supposed to post it.
Yeah.
But then he kept saying I didn't have the video. I'm like, I do. And I think I did post it, and just a left body kick right in the old liver. This was before I was in the UFC. It's 9 years ago. It was a long time ago. So we were both babies, but I didn't want to post it. He just kept bringing it up to where I'm like, I kind of felt forced to.
One and only time? That's the one and only time you sparred?
We sparred. I think we sparred. It's actually a funny story. Henry Cejudo was involved in this story.
Oh, wow.
So I think it was Pantoja was about to make his debut. He had just won the Ultimate Fighter. I think I was 1-0 pro or 2-0 pro. Henry Cejudo comes rolling in, 5'3", just kind of like waddling like a penguin with Pantoja. I was just got done. It was Saturday morning. I didn't have any fights coming up. I was, ripping the bong the night before. So when I was like smoking the bong heavily, just lungs inflamed. And Henry's like, we want Sean. Like, me and Henry didn't have any beef at this time. We want Sean. So he writes my name down on the paper. Usually when you have a fight, you fight this guy, fresh guy. So we fight round one, boom, finish him. He takes a knee. We finish the round out. I'm ready to get out of the cage. Henry's, no, we want him again. Like just yelling and we want him again. So the second round, we train, we fight, whatever. And Henry's like, whoa, pull some shots. He's got a fight coming up. So now I'm getting yelled at to pull some shots. After I'd already finished him, I'm gassed out already at this point, completely gassed out, was not ready to fight, like literally have a fight today. I was, get done with the second round. Then there's the third round, and I'm puffing and puffing at this point. I'm dying. And then Benson Henderson, who's, he owns the lab. I was training at the lab. Comes in, he's like, people don't call us out in our gym. And like yelling at me in between second and third round because I was trying to get out the cage. And Henry's like, no, we want him for a third. I'm like, bro, I already finished him the first. I'm gassed out. And so we do a third round. And that's where Pantoja's like, I choked you in the third. I'm like, maybe you did, maybe you didn't. Maybe I don't have video. So I don't remember the third round very much. But so I fought Pantoja. Like 2015. But to be honest, I like the guy. I like him. I think his story is cool. What he's done, he's become a legend of the sport. I really have no beef with him. But if he wants to get that one back, I totally understand why. I get it.
Well, we love you. You're a legend, as is your coach, the one and only Red Hawk. Actually, we were talking to him recently, and I did happen to notice before I let you go, I just want to show you this picture. This is you, Tim, and Tommy McMillan. This looks, the gentleman in the middle, 9-0, just won on Contender Series in September.
Yep.
This kind of looks like the Sugar Show circa like 2017. Am I crazy? Like he kind of looks like you. Pre-tattoos, the hair. No, am I nuts? Like it feels like he's got the next one in the pipeline.
Yeah, no, I can see it. There's something there. Young, cocky, confident, trusts his skills. He's a fucking dog. You saw it in the Contender Series fight. Got in some bad positions, got dropped with that elbow, was in a high elbow guillotine, guard close, figured out a way to get out of it. And he wants it. And sometimes that's what it comes down to is who wants it more. And he really wants it. So I'm excited for him. Hopefully we can get him a fight booked in the next, a week or two after mine. So I could be there for him because if it was on the same card, it'd be tough.
You're the freaking man, Sean. Thank you so much. All the best. I urge everyone to check out the Bromalley Show on YouTube. All your great stuff over there. You guys are killing it. Much love. Good luck in training. Happy holidays. And good luck, of course, on the 24th of January.
Thanks, sir. Appreciate you. Have a good one.
Yeah, man, there he is. The one and only Sugar Sean O'Malley. What a guy. What a personality. What a fight. What a card. Always great to catch up with him. Always great to get his insights. And yes, he did speak about a whole bunch of stuff. Big Wing C fan as well. He loves Wing C. He spoke about him, Moneyberg, all kinds of things on the YouTube channel. So go check that out as well. Now, as I said, it's not just the return of Sean O'Malley on the 24th of January, the very first Paramount Plus card. Finally, we got some sort of indication as to when they are going to debut, how they're going to debut, where, who's going to headline, all that and more. But perhaps other than the fact that the main cards are now starting at 9 p.m. Eastern time, which is very exciting for everyone involved. Perhaps the best news of all is that we finally got the answer to the question that had been on all of our minds, plaguing all of us, the great mystery that was, when is Arnold Allen coming back? And where in the world is Arnold Allen? We had not seen him in action since July of 2024. That card that was headlined by Leon Edwards versus Bilal Muhammad, Tom Aspinall versus Curtis Blades 2 in the middle of the night. That card in Manchester, he fought Giga Chikadze, UFC 304. That's how long ago it was. This is going to be UFC 324. Well, we found out it's Arnold Allen, the almighty one, against Jean Silva, and thus we have a reason now to speak to Arnold, and I have been waiting for this moment because I've missed Arnold. I've genuinely missed our conversations. He is here with us right here and now. Ah, there he is.
What's going on, buddy?
Hello, Arnold. How are you?
I'm good. I just woke up from a little nap.
Oh, wow. Okay.
See my hair?
No, you look fantastic. I like the hair.
Thank you. What's going on?
What is this? A nice little mullet thing going? What do we have back there?
It's kind of a mullet. I got it trimmed up because it was getting a little bit too crazy.
Oh, that's trimmed. Okay.
Yeah, it's getting a bit too wild.
It's a whole new you.
Yeah, we're back.
Where have you been?
Injured.
What happened? Why have you not fought since July of 2024?
Just had an injury that it was a real bastard. I did it a few weeks before the Mosavar camp. I got thrown and I separated my AC joint in my shoulder. And it's one of them ones you just kind of ignore it. And then eventually you need to get it looked at. And then I did the Giga camp. It was an absolute nightmare. And I was like, oh, okay, I think I'm going to have to get this sorted after the fight. But then it was just one of the ones where I kept I'd see a surgeon and he'd tell me, I think we're going to be able to get away with it without surgery. Going to be good. And then I start training, and then something goes again, and it gets worse and worse and worse. Luckily, I have 8 friends that have had shoulder surgeries, and I avoided it. I had the stem cell route, and it's so slow, but it seems to have done the job. But man, it's such a slow process.
Wow. Okay, so I remember in the immediate aftermath of the fight, you talked at the post-fight press conference about your hand hurting. I thought that was the reason. Was that ultimately okay?
Yeah, that was fine. It was nothing. That was just a few weeks. It was a few weeks. Then the shoulder was holding up pretty good, but I wasn't really training. And then I went because I was trying to fight. That December, and then the first day I started training camp. I woke up and I couldn't raise my arm, and I was like, oh, okay, well, that needs fixing. That needs fixing.
Wow. And so ultimately, did you have surgery?
No, I had an intensive stem cell treatment. But like, you know, obviously that is a bit slower. The rehab was a bit longer. But speaking to my friends that have all had shoulder surgery, I think I'm in a good place. So
how do you feel now?
Yeah, good. For hard shots, punching, wrestling, everything's good.
No restrictions?
It pops and cracks a little bit, but it is what it is.
Okay. And is this one of those where you could have been, you know, ready to go a couple months ago? It was just this particular date that they had for you, or are you happy with the way in which things turned out?
Yeah, I was told, like, in passing, it was going to be Yair in December. So I flew back to Montreal to start a camp for that. And then obviously I think he had some sort of surgery on his wrist or something. So that ain't happening. So then we just waited, and this is what they offered.
Which one did you like better, this one or Yair?
For like ranking purposes, I like Yair, but the rankings don't even mean nothing, really, do they?
Right.
It doesn't matter. Who gives a shit?
Right. Do you think this will be a fun fight? Like, does this excite you, this one?
Yeah, you know, do you know what's the funny thing? People, because everyone calls me autistic. So everyone's saying we're two different ends of the spectrum. You've got the loud barking autistic, and then you've got the quiet, awkward autistic. And I'm like, yeah, I can't even deny it. We're going to be at the face-off. He's going to be barking, and I'm probably just going to be stood there like, what the fuck?
What do you make of his demeanor? Like, he's a very energetic guy.
Yeah, he's cool. He's I think he's a nice guy. He's just he's loving life, man. Good for him. You know, I'm English. We're just like quiet and reserved, and a lot of Brazilian guys are very energetic, excitable characters. It's like two opposites, but I think it makes for a really good fight.
I think it's a phenomenal fight. Did you watch his fight against Diego Lopez back in September?
Yeah, of course.
What did you think? Because some people thought in the second round he was having some success, and then ultimately he wasn't having success. What did you think of how he did against Diego?
Yeah, he did great. Two real tough guys. Diego's a beast. His work rate, you can't knock it. And yeah, he was doing great. Like, he hurt Diego a couple of times with some shots, but I don't know. Maybe he stumbled on a shot, but
right.
He was playing a very smiling in the pocket, staring at him through the guard. I'm sure Diego was playing some sort of game, you know.
How do you feel about Diego getting the title shot?
Yeah, you know what? I think it should be Mosvar, but, you know, he pulled out. I don't know if he's still injured. So from his last pullout, I understand. I get it for like star power and stuff like this, and hear rumors of Volt retiring and things like that. I know Lerone was saying he should get it. I guess he took that short notice fight against Pico. I got offered that first, but I think I don't think. I was definitely still injured then. So yeah.
Was that a tough one to turn down?
Yeah, you know, it was like, it would have probably been, well, it was going to be, you know, I think it was co-main event on a big pay-per-view, title contender on the line potentially, and yeah, I would have loved it, but yeah, I'm not foolish enough to think I could go in there and take a guy out with zero training when I'm literally doing rehab for like bands and stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think it should be Lerone only because he has won the same amount of fights in a row as Movsar. He replaced him in that fight, knocked the guy out. He's been more active. And I have nothing against Diego, and I think it's going to be a great fight. But I do think if you've won 9 fights in a row, you should be rewarded. I know this is something that you can sympathize with as well, because I believe you won 10 fights in a row and weren't rewarded.
Yeah, you took Mr. 10.
I know. So I guess you're not really crying for anyone else.
No, you know how it is. And it's entertainment, isn't it? Like this, you have to remember the entertainment part of it. And yeah, and like, you know, Jean Silva, he's very entertaining. He brings the hype. It don't fucking matter what his ranking is. He's going to get top 10 fights all the time.
Did you do a triathlon while you were rehabbing?
Yeah, and it was...
That's crazy.
It was like a duathlon. It was like cycling and running. So it wasn't the...
But how were you able to do that? as you were dealing with a bum shoulder, as they say?
I was right, like running and cycling.
It doesn't hurt when like you're, I don't know, pounding the pavement or I don't know.
I did a bit of swim. It's just one of those things. Like it was pretty good. It was pretty good. I knew I had this issue, and then I was planning to fight in December, last December, and then it was like, okay, I think when Yair fought Pitbull, was that January? I think it was.
Yeah, no, that was April.
Okay, I think they wanted to do, if I remember correctly, they wanted to do me and Yair in January. And I remember being pissed off because it was the first time, well, not the first, one of the first times I call a guy out, and I actually get what I asked for. And yeah, I couldn't fulfill my part of it, so it is what it is.
Do you feel, I know we've talked in the past about the injuries and the lack of momentum. Do you hope, do you pray that you can get, now that you're fighting in January, maybe 3 fights in 2026, be active, get in the mix at 145?
Yeah, I'd love to. I mean, this is the thing with like the fans and stuff. They always send you messages. The amount of haters
yeah.
I got for being injured. People are like, you shouldn't be in the rankings. I'm like, mate, I'm depressed. I want to fight. I don't make the rankings. Like, what do you think? Like, I'm sitting at home looking at the rankings. Like, I'm sitting here just trying to get back to the gym.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's the goal, to be active and fight for that title. That's the goal.
How do you deal with that? Like that inactivity, being injured, not being able to go to the gym. How do you deal with that depression, as you say?
Man, I was struggling, but like I'm kind of one of those people that, maybe it's the autism, but like I will do everything. So my recovery was like a training camp. So people, like friends are trying to do stuff, and in the morning I'm going to the hyperbaric oxygen therapy. In the evening I'm doing like some rehab with a physio, and then so all day, every day I had something going on.
Is it true you were in like a pretty scary car crash before your last fight?
I wouldn't say scary.
Oh, okay.
But, I mean, I went backwards down a highway. That was quite scary, I guess.
That's pretty damn scary. You went backwards down a highway?
Yeah.
How?
Pretty tired. Just like, it was raining, and I was picking my car up from, I had like an old BMW, like a classic. I say classic to me. And I just hit I think it was like a diesel spill or something, and the back end just skidded it out, and I overcorrected, and luckily didn't hit anyone, and I was fine. I was just sitting there like, oh shit, what's happened?
My gosh. So you didn't get hurt from that?
No, I was fine. I was just sad about my car, but and luckily no one else got hurt. But what was it? That was the last sparring for the Giga fight. I was on the way home from the last sparring. So yeah, that sucked.
There's always so much, so much activity, so much drama surrounding you.
I know. It's just better for the story, right? You need something. If it's all plain sailing, everything works, it's easy. You need to have these setbacks and obstacles to make things worth more.
I thought maybe during the layoff, the Milkman podcast would put out more episodes, but it seems like you're stuck on 2.
2? What have you been watching? We did like 20 something.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I from what I saw 2. Is that okay? Maybe I apologize. Maybe I'm not looking. Is that up on the channel now?
Yeah. There's like 20 live.
What do you guys talk about there?
Anything, and a lot of like local stuff, because we live in like a funny town. It's like all the Facebook pages are just people moaning about, I don't know, like have like crow scares in farms and stuff. It basically makes like a shotgun noise when there's like crows on the field, and it scares everything away. So people are like complain about shit like that, and it's just funny to discuss.
And who's your co-host?
It's my best friend Max. He's he's my best mate. So he was injured. He blew his knee out playing rugby at my shop. So then we were sitting at home depressed together, and we were just like, why not?
And why is it called the Milkman podcast?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
All right.
I don't really know.
Congratulations. I see that you're the new face of Venom.
Oh, yeah. The face.
It feels like you are the guy. Look at you. And look at that mullet, by the way.
Yeah, I should have probably got that trimmed before the photo shoot.
Nah, it looks fantastic. I don't know. By the way, with all due respect, I don't know who the other two guys are. I know exactly who you are.
The guys at Venom, they're awesome. They're awesome. Like, yeah, really. Even in this long layoff, they've like, been supporting me and helping me. So that's sick. That's been like really helpful, obviously.
I bet, yeah. I did kind of bury the lead because I said like the great mystery was solved of where you've been and your comeback and whatnot. I should have started with what happened. I heard something crazy happen at Nando's recently to you.
What happened at Nando's?
I saw on the news that you nearly sharded in Nando's, and that you're Why is the water all the way up to my buttocks in these toilets?
That's like a North American thing.
Wait. Was that a North American Nando's?
Yeah. So I went to I was in Gatineau, the corner. Not corner. I went to
in Quebec.
I went to watch my teammate Louis Sanadakis fight. He won on Samurai, but they had a Nando's, and I was like, "Oh, sweet! Like, I'm gonna get Nando's before the fight, and I'm gonna, be great." And it was not great. It was not great. The toilet situation was not great, and but he won his fight, so yeah, here's what it is.
I had no idea they had Nando's in Quebec. I knew they had one in Toronto.
Well, technically, it's not Quebec. It's across the water in Ottawa.
Oh, okay, wow! Look at you, Canadian connoisseur, huh?
I know.
Yeah, and so it's nothing like the UK one.
No,
nothing.
Like, nowhere near. No.
They don't have the peri, all that stuff, or is it just not the same type of quality?
Just don't have the same
kind of
like vibe.
Yeah.
You go in, everyone's all confused, like, oh, what do I do? What do I have to do? They don't get it.
Is this when someone was talking about you looking like a UFC fighter?
No. When was that?
You said you overheard someone in Toronto saying that you look like a UFC fighter, and this is the one. Yes, this is the one.
Yeah. That was actually no. So that wasn't in Toronto. That was in Montreal. I was at the spa, like getting changed, and they were definitely from Toronto. That weird slang.
Sure. Like, yeah, Ontario. Yep.
Yeah, they were like, "Man's looking like that UFC guy, no?" And I was just like, "What?"
He's talking about you right next to you.
Yeah, well, they were like, "I got big ears, I can hear."
Yeah,
you.
okay.
So, and I was just like, "What the hell?" But yeah, they were some crazy characters.
Did you tell them I am that guy?
No, I don't think they were interested, to be honest.
Is this before or after they beat you up on the streets of Montreal for not speaking French?
Oh man, I've never been stopped in Montreal for being in the UFC, but I've been stopped like multiple times for this. People don't even know I'm in the UFC. Guy just stopped me like on Walmart, and he's like, "You're the guy that got beat up, right?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, kind of, like, not really. Like that didn't happen." He was like, "Oh, okay." But yeah, I upset some guys.
So you just said it as a joke on the YouTube channel, and it spread like wildfire.
Yeah, and like people were sending me messages that I don't know, and they all had like they all kind of had names like Jean-Pierre.
Yes,
and,
I know these characters. Thing. I know these characters very well.
They were very upset. And they said I'm causing divide between the English and the French and all this. I was like, well, it was a French guy who did it, but he's my friend, so okay.
At the gym.
Yeah.
You don't need me to tell you this, but it's very tense. It has always been very tense between the French and the English over there. And so any English person who is even making a joke about this, they will think that you are trying to paint them in a bad light.
Yeah, it was quite funny. A guy sent me a whole essay basically calling me an arsehole and whatnot. And I need to apologize. And I couldn't help it. So I just responded to him, "Thank you so much for showing respect and writing in English."
Oh my God.
He's just like, "Ah!"
That must have pissed him the hell off. They hate that.
Yeah, I know. But I know a little history.
I heard the great Pete Carroll even sent you a message checking in on you. He fell for it too.
Yeah. My mom fell for it. She was like, "What happened?" And I was like, "Mom, what? Like, you know me. Like, it's a joke." Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Was it uncomfortable at the gym when this was going on?
No, like everyone got it. Everyone got it. But like, everyone was like asking. A few guys that weren't like, you have the casual guys that come train. They're like, "Oh, what happened, man?" And I was like, "All right, it's a joke."
And then what about the move to 55? That got people talking too.
Do you know what actually happened? Some dickhead, some troll, because he was like, "You know what, you're fucking irrelevant" or something. And I was just like, you know what? We'll see who's fucking irrelevant. We'll see. So I made some fake news, and then everyone's talking about me again. So.
Yeah. I mean, multiple times.
Yeah. Yeah, you never know. Maybe one day. You never know.
It is crazy. I mean, if you ever wanted any kind of indication as to whether or not you're relevant, you joke about getting beaten up. It becomes like New York Post news. You joke about moving up to lightweight. By the way, I fell for that one too. I think I wrote to you about that
lightweight.
One. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, maybe one day, but for now it's not true.
I saw you weigh in on AJ versus Jake. You think if he doesn't spark him in one round, the fix is in?
Surely, right? Like surely.
Why? Why can't Jake move around, chuck and jive?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's why I said in the thing second round, because it might take him 2 rounds to find him if he runs away. But like, I don't know. You're working part of the show. You probably know more than me. But like,
there's no script. There's no fix.
I believe it. No, I believe it.
And I think AJ will. He should win. I mean, let's be real. He should knock him out.
Medalist.
Yeah.
Like, I know he gets a lot of flack, but like, he's a great heavyweight of this era. People give him a lot of shit, but whatever you think, he's one of the greats of this decade, right? So, I don't know. Gervonta Davis to AJ, that doesn't make sense.
Well, I mean, he got in trouble and he looked for the next big name.
Yeah. What's the date of that one? It's a few weeks, right?
December 19th.
I feel like it can't happen. It can't happen.
You don't think the fight's going to happen?
Surely, there's someone would be liable, right? Like, no, I know money fixes all problems, but like, what commission is going to sanction that?
The Florida Commission. They've already sanctioned it.
Yeah, that's okay.
Will you watch it?
Yeah, I'll watch it. Of course, I'll watch it. Yeah. I'm not like a hater on Jake Paul or anything.
Sure.
I appreciate what he's doing and all that stuff. I think he can box too. It's just that it's like being able to box at a good level.
Of course.
And then box AJ. And you're also not a heavyweight.
Speaking of heavyweight boxing, something that kind of irked me? I've seen all the success that Fabio Wardley has had as of late, and I see Ipswich Town giving him all kinds of love. What about the guy that put Ipswich Town on the map? I feel like you were repping Ipswich Town long before Wardley was.
Yeah, no, I know. Nah, he's great. Fabio's great. But you know what it is? So the club, God. So I went for a dinner with them, and I think they were going to plan to do kind of the same thing. But there were a bunch of back then it was kind of all the owners were like old boys. I don't know if that makes sense. They're just older boys.
Sure.
And they were asking me what I do. And they were like, "Oh, so you box, right?" And I was like, no. And I do this. And then it kind of was like, "Oh, you do the cage fighting." And I could see their demeanor changed immediately. They went from we've got this, noble boxer that's going to come out and do all these. Now I'm the cage fighter. So I get it. Would be nice to have the backing. But, they've had me do things and interviews and obviously nothing like him. But, I'm not butthurt about it. I get it.
I want to see you at Portman Road. I want to see you fight there.
Actually, they're playing right now. So.
Oh, they are. Wow. Sorry for taking you away. What are they now? League 1 or 2? What are they? Nah, just I know they're championship.
Come on, man.
Struggling a bit there, right? Not exactly in the playoff hunt at the moment.
Yeah, it's on the door, but I don't know. It's not. After getting relegated, you expect a big, big season after that. But no, it's not.
Was that disappointing?
Great. What, the relegation?
Well, that it was one and done.
Nah, it wasn't a surprise. After back-to-back promotions, it's kind of what do you expect? And now there's a lot of guys left, so there's a whole new team.
Yeah,
So,
we've had the benefit of having the great Omari Hutchinson on for us.
yeah, he's good.
Yeah, he's a nice young player. I like him a lot.
Yeah.
What about poor Tom? What do you think about what's happened to him, all the flack that he's received?
It's such a tough one because I really feel for him, and I don't think he definitely didn't quit, and he's definitely not like, you know, whatever. He's like, I don't think he's lying about his situation. But the more you put it out there and the people don't want to hear it, people don't care, right? This is what I know. Obviously, my situation is quite different, but like, I know when I've been injured, if I put a video out there like doing rehab work, saying what I'm planning to come back or something, people don't give a shit. They just hear people just hear you whining. You say, "Oh, I'm hoping to fight soon, but I'm still injured." People don't like most fans don't go like, "Hope you're okay." Like, you know, see you soon. They'll be like, "Ah, fucking inactive bum," you know. So I think that's just the kind of the shit we're dealing with these days. With like young fans, maybe you know the guys, the faceless Twitter accounts, those guys.
Yes. But what about the eye pokes? Is there anything that can be done?
Yeah, I think Dana said it the other day, like harsher punishments, you know. But yeah. The fucking BBC asked me to do an interview on eye pokes, and they said regarding when I fought Nick Lentz, because I poked him in the eye and I accidentally poked him in the eye and he had an injury after. I was like, you fuckers. But, yeah. Wow.
Did you do the interview?
Yeah. No, I told him fuck off. But I remember it in the fight. I was faking a jab and I jabbed that side of his head so many times. Not to bring up, I've not got bitterness about it. But I remember in the third round, I poked him in the eye. And I remember backing off for a second because I thought, the ref's gonna pop him, because that was, you know, I definitely got him there. I was like, oh shit. So I remember like lowering the tempo to be like, right, gonna stop the action there. But yeah, whatever. And I do remember having double unders on the fence, like double underhook on the fence, trying to work a trip. And I remember this happening in my eyes as we broke, because I was strong here, and then suddenly I couldn't see it. I had to break. And we broke away, and everything was a bit hazy. They call me all these names, how I'm dirty and all this. I was like, man, accident and intentional, but whatever. That's the old news, right? Who cares?
No, I understand. Is that why you were wearing goggles after the fight?
Yeah, you have to be safe out there, you know. It's tough because it is hard when you're faking jabs out there, and I don't necessarily think people are doing it intentionally. But then there are fighters that they have a higher frequency of fouls than others, right? So
I still think you're the most underrated tweeter in combat sports. I mean, it's just banger after banger. Sometimes if I just need like a laugh for a few minutes, I literally just go to your page and scroll down and laugh.
No, it means a lot. I'm glad it brings happiness to
it does. Not a lot of Tesco talk these days. Are you off the bandwagon?
You know what? Since the meal deal, I don't even know what the prices are now. But I'm like, I don't eat that shit.
Why?
Since being in, I've kind of like cleaned my game up a little bit. You know, I wasn't living on the edge before, but like, I'm definitely a lot more focused and healthier on things.
Is this Pacers doing?
No. Pacer would have me on KFC and kebabs.
Really? It looks like he's on a lot more than that.
Yeah, you can't get that at the shop.
So for this fight, you're training in Montreal or in the UK?
Yeah, Montreal.
Okay. Are you in Montreal right now?
Yes, I am, sir.
Okay. Hey, I see Trafford over there.
Yeah.
The man.
It's the big guy.
The man. I like that you have him over there too.
He's everywhere. Here, there, and everywhere.
I love it. And what's the vibe in Montreal right now? Eamon's doing great. A bit of a resurgence in the Montreal fight scene.
So yeah, Eamon's doing great. Mando Nallo just got signed to the UFC.
Rat garbage.
Louis, like I said, I cornered Louis and Gat. Oh, I didn't corner. I was in the corner while he was warming up, but they had a weird rule: you could have two people in the corner. So I was about to come corner, and then I just went and took my seat because it was free. But yeah, I went out to support Louis Sanadakis. He's always one of my main training partners. That guy's a killer too. I like the best.
Okay, I like this. This is obviously a scene that's near and dear to my heart. And finally, Arnold, before I let you go, did you hear the great news? They were telling me this before the show. I don't know if it was because you were coming on, but did you hear that the cast of Peep Show is reuniting on the great, what is it, the Great British Bake Off? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
The Great British Bake Off. Have you heard of this?
No.
You
I
seem
thought the Peep
skeptical
Show
of it.
was long. No, you know what? The Peep Show had some like funny skits and stuff, but I haven't watched it in years.
I know it's long gone. They're reuniting.
That's on the Bake Off. Yeah.
You're not excited about it? It was a holiday special. Holiday special.
I'd love to go on the Bake Off though. I can't bake for shit, but like it would be pretty good.
You watch it?
No, I don't. To be honest, I don't watch any shit like that. Like I don't watch nothing like that.
What do you watch?
At the minute, I'm watching Miami Vice.
Wow, like the old one or the new one?
The old one.
The TV show.
Yeah.
They did a movie remake. I don't know if you were like watching it in parts or something.
No, I'm watching the old one
With Don Johnson.
Don Johnson, yeah.
Why? Why are you watching that?
I don't know. I was just like my dad always jokes that he looks like a young Don Johnson, and I was like, who the fuck is Don Johnson? And I saw Miami Vice, so I just started watching it.
Are you enjoying it?
Loving it. The only thing is, it's like every one you watch, there's like no plot, there's no continuation of the story. It's just the 80s. It's nice. It's fun. Relaxed.
The fashion is tremendous.
I know.
The rolled up jackets and stuff.
It's the dream.
Yeah.
It's the dream. Yeah.
I wonder if
the boy can imagine.
I wonder if the plots like hold up in 2025.
So.
Okay. And by the way, what's this tattoo on your left hand over here? Did you get married?
Yeah, I did. I just
You got married?
Yeah, last year. Yeah, last year actually. Yeah, last year.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been that long since we talked. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did a Vegas wedding with Elvis. It was pretty cool.
Oh my gosh. And so what does the tattoo represent?
So I refuse to wear a ring. I'm scared of it. Like I hate the feeling. I've seen too many videos of like degloving and I'll lose it. And then we were in Vegas. I was just like, I'm not gonna wear a ring. So my wife's like, "Will we get my initials?" I was like, "Yeah, okay."
Okay.
But the worst thing, as soon as I come to the gym, people sort of see and they said C for cuck.
Oh my god, that's not nice.
Yeah. But it is what it is. I don't give a shit. Yeah.
Was it a spontaneous thing?
Yeah. The wedding or the tattoo?
The wedding.
No. So after the Giga fight, I went on a 2-week trip in Italy with my her family are from Italy, and I proposed in Venice. And then because we both live she's Canadian, I'm English, all our family are in different places, we always just said we'll do like a kind of elopement thing in Vegas. And then I went out there to do some rehab on my shoulder, and it just seemed convenient to do it then and there.
So your family wasn't there?
No, unfortunately. But they get it.
Were they okay with it?
Some people not so much, but
How did mom feel about it?
She's got mom. So my mom, like, she'd love to be there.
Yeah.
She also loves. She likes to be on the casinos as well. So I think she wanted an excuse to come to Vegas.
Your mom's a legend. Will she be at this fight?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Still scrapping in there?
My mom, no, I don't know. Recently, she's kind of chilled out a little bit. Yeah.
Pacer will be in your corner?
No. I don't think so. No. So I've had to just because usually like me and Faraz like work together, we drill together the warm up, but obviously the opponent is kind of very unique style, different stature, so I had to bring someone in. And my dad, bless his heart, he's not making, he needs to lose a bit of weight, and he can't really move like Jean very well.
Okay. Was this a tough call?
Yeah, I just don't want him to think it's like a personal thing, because
right.
You know what I mean? I love having my dad there, but I'm having my teammate Louis in, and he does a great job of emulating the guy. So yeah, it makes sense.
Will this be the first time he's on your corner?
No. So it actually happened by accident in the UFC, having my dad in the corner. my manager got stuck. He was on like his anniversary on holiday, and he was meant to fly in to the fight week, but there was like a storm where he was. He was in Spain. There was like a storm, and he couldn't fly. All the flights were grounded that day, so he couldn't make it to the fight. And then he's a baldy too, so we had to substitute a baldy with a baldy, and we put my dad in the corner.
Okay, wow. I didn't realize it happened that way.
Yeah, and I just remember because it was the Mads Vanel fight.
Okay.
And Dana shook my dad's hand and was like, "Good luck, coach." And my dad just started laughing and trying to explain to me. He's like, "No, I'm his dad. I'm not the. I was like, "Dad, shut up. Let's go." Yeah.
He's a legend in his own right, and love the merch, and want to urge everyone to check it out. Mustache Mania.
Oh yeah.
Shout out! Look at that, tremendous.
Yeah.
Where
That's actually we got that last year.
Oh wow!
But whereas I kind of depressed and injured and annoyed, we just kind of like left it and then didn't do anything with it. So it ended up being left here.
Where can people get the merch?
almightymerch.co.co.
Yes.
Just the O.
I love it. Well, welcome back. It's great to have you back. Hope everything goes well in this training camp. Healthy, smooth sailing. And then how about the honor of being on the first Paramount Plus card? This is a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool. I was hoping that I was really frustrated. I wanted to get a fight January 2025 in 2025 at any point.
Yeah.
That was my goal. Was like, I want to be back 2025. I don't care when, but it is what it is. Things happen for a reason. And yeah, that's fine. It's a great fight against a really tough opponent, a very unique style on a banger of a card. So it's going to be good.
I love it. Well, welcome back, Arnold. Thank you so much. Great to have you on. Wish you all the best and can't wait to see you back in there.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
There he is, the great Arnold Allen, the almighty one. What a guy. So great to have him back. And he returns in a little less than 2 months' time. That card rapidly approaching. I know there's a lot of talk about the big break between December 13th and January 24th, but there will be a lot to chew on as we get ready for that first Paramount Plus card. And we have just heard, exclusive to our program, as first reported by On Air Jordan, they are referring to them still as UFC numbered events. It's going to be interesting to see how they distinguish them, if they still stack the deck on those. They're all going to be on Paramount Plus. Not tonight. This Saturday is the final. This Saturday, by the way, if you take a step back, could be the final time that an MMA event is behind a pay-per-view paywall. It also could be, if you're a combat sports fan, it could be the final time you ever buy a pay-per-view. I know boxing is still dabbling in the pay-per-view world, DAZN doing their thing, but like UFC was the last mainstay. WWE off it. If you're an AEW fan, you're still doing it, but this could conceivably be the end of pay-per-view for you as a consumer. It's a big deal. UFC 323. This is the way it ends. 200 events since UFC 123. Who headlined that event, New York Rick? Do you remember?
I was in the building for it. How about that?
Yeah, that's why I asked you. What do you think?
Rampage Jackson.
You think I just randomly asked you that question?
Yes, I do think you.
No, Auburn Hills. You talk about it every time. Rampage Jackson, Lyoto Machida.
That's not what I talk about. It's Edson Barboza,
the leg kick.
curtain jerker.
Yes.
Unaired. There was a time you didn't watch the fights that were happening in the arena.
Mike Lulo?
Yeah. Wow, look at you. Shut up.
Of course, I remember. I think he was like a gym teacher or something.
He was a Chicago area guy with a day job. I forget what it was. Maybe, teacher sounds right. And he just got his legs chewed the fuck up by Edson Barboza. Imagine that's like, I'm kind of a fighter. Oh, step in there with this unknown Brazilian guy making his debut. Death. Leg kick death.
It was also, that was the same card where Jose got his belt, yada, yada. Who would have thought some 200 events later it would be the end of the pay-per-view run. Wow. What a day it's been, guys. But still a little bit more to go. There are a bunch of super chats, I do believe. Frankie, do we have them? Yes.
We do.
I want to thank everyone who's joining us on this lovely Tuesday. A lot of viewers here live. We appreciate you all very much. And I see a ton of super chats, so let's get into it.
The first one, I believe, is to Bully Aspinall. I'm thinking that's it.
I wonder. That pirate flag does give me some kind of pause, but all right, nevertheless.
Hi, Ariel. You're the man. Keep up the good work.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate that. Luke Ass. Now, are we supposed to give them a shout out or what?
I
like
mean,
what's
when they have names like Luke Ass?
All right,
maybe
fine. All right.
Anyone collect TCG as a kid before you ask trading card games? Ex Pokemon, would you be rich now if kept pristine? Do you play anything now? If so, what? Second question. That's actually the third. Second question, who would admit to saying on a mic Patty wouldn't fight for a title?
Yeah. Do you collect those or did you collect those?
I did as a kid. I actually still casually collect a Magic the Gathering and Lorcana, which is like the Disney one.
Okay.
But I think Connor used to do Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh yeah, big into Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon. Had all 5 pieces of Exodia.
Wow.
Sold it for like $1,100. My full set of Yu-Gi-Oh cards in like 2007. Who knows what they'd be worth now?
I saw a picture on Logan Paul's IG story where he had like a mountain of cards, Pokemon cards, and he said, "This is what we do backstage. We rip packs." You think like the big wrestlers are like opening up Pokemon cards backstage?
Depends on who he means by we.
Yeah.
Probably.
Who the F is we?
Like maybe like a Xavier Woods type, you know?
Yeah.
People love Pokemon cards, man.
Still to this day?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's still a massive
Adults too?
Oh, especially adults.
Did you guys have like a good collection though? Like if I did keep mine pristine, they'd be worth a lot at this point.
I had like Charizard and all that shit, but it wasn't first edition or nothing.
Oh, I had all those.
That's my goat. Charizard's my goat.
Wow, what a hot take, bro.
Damn, man.
I had this little card of the black
McGregor's
flower
my
on
goat.
it.
I don't get that.
It's just it's a very popular Pokemon.
McGregor?
Charizard.
You are doing the equivalent of being the casual who likes Connor.
Wow. Excuse me. What else, Frank? What else?
It has to be last because Justin versus Patty is going to be an absolute war.
So?
And you end the night on a high. There's a 0% chance that fight is
Oh, yeah?
boring, but there's a decent chance that Caleb versus Amanda.
Caleb versus Amanda won't be boring, I guarantee you. And what if it ends in like an eye poke or some nonsense like that? Huh? Is that what we're doing now? We're just putting on fights that we think are going to be good at the end? So like, let's just put any fight. Let's put, I don't know. Let's put like this weekend. Let's put Payne Talbot against Henry Cejudo on last.
But fight is a fight.
I get it.
Business.
I get it.
Finally,
Actually, that drop is so long.
It is long.
It was like a light bulb just went off.
It's so long.
Yeah.
I actually asked Rick though when the whole Bo Nickel thing was happening. I was like, "What? So now we're just gonna put Islam on the prelims?" And Rick was like, "Yes, I don't care. Put it anywhere."
No,
I don't care.
There's prestige. There's prestige in the undisputed title going last. I'm sorry.
I have a lot of beef with the interim title. The order, I'm not as concerned about, but the interim title, stupid.
And please, don't confuse like this guy opening the card or this guy on the. I don't care about that.
Yeah, those are different.
I'm talking about the belt being last.
Yeah,
has to be. What else, Frankie? What else?
I asked Pizzi about Katie Taylor versus Ronda a while ago, and he took an Irish poop on it.
Wow.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah. Not very nice of Pizzi. What else, Frankie? What else?
Armin gets winner of Holloway versus Charles next.
No. Armin should be fighting for the belt next. Charles and Holloway are fighting for like the fun stuff. They're not in the title picture at the moment. They're out doing their own thing. God bless. You know how I feel about the BMF title. I hate that too. The champion of the division should be the BMF champion. Like that's literally what it means to be the champion of a division. Besides the point. If Armin goes after that belt, I question his sanity. What? No, you should be. You can make a case that he's the best lightweight in the world. He's the uncrowned champ of the lightweight division. So please, no. Absolutely not. No, thank you. What else, Frankie? What
if
else?
Tom wins the rematch, do you think the winner of Alex Jones will fight him?
I hope so, but like there's just a lot of ifs there, right? Does Alex Jones even happen? I don't mean Alex Jones. I mean Alex/Jones. That is a weird
Alex
one.
Jones will
Alex Jones, you know?
Does it happen? What else? Does he, I was just like doing the scenarios like, does he fight Ariel? When does that fight happen? Like there's just a lot of ifs there. What else, Frankie? What else? Yeah, no.
Okay, all right. What if Tom's eye problems persist to the point where the UFC strips him of the belt and puts vacant belt on the line between Jones and Pereira at the White House?
Oh my God. Could you imagine that?
Yes.
Oh.
If you're asking me, could I actually imagine that? I could actually imagine that.
Oh, what a kick to the nuts that would be.
And it would be pretty heinous, but I can't imagine it.
Yeah.
If Tom does not come back in the first half of the year, I could see them very much just
How does Cyril not get the shot?
Because they have Alex.
Sorry, buddy?
They have they have Alex and John lined
Sorry
up
man.
for the White House.
Wow.
Like
this
if,
whole
if
thing.
they go to Tom in April and they're just like, "Hey man, how are we feeling?" It's just like, still not cleared. Don't know when I will be cleared. I could absolutely see it happen.
Could absolutely see it happening.
That would be wild. But yes. But it would be wild. What else, Frankie? What else?
Couldn't agree
Hopefully we don't get to that point. Sorry. Oh, stop it. Keep going.
Couldn't agree with New York Rick more. Katie should want the biggest fight that will generate the most money. Doesn't hurt that it'll be the easiest.
Yes, of course. I wasn't talking about it from Katie's perspective or her management's perspective or Matchroom's perspective. I was just saying what I would like to see. That's all. And also, there is a difference between Katie Taylor and Anthony Joshua. Katie Taylor is an undisputed champion. Anthony Joshua is not. So there is a little bit of a difference there. What else, Frankie? What else?
And lastly, GC, can you flip your calendar to December, please?
Oh.
Great call. Shout out to the Dose Brock calendar.
Hell yeah.
Honestly, I can't believe he noticed that.
What do we got?
Oh, last one. Oh, we got GSP Habib, Yuri Alex, Ali Foreman. Shout out. Got my 2026 Dose Brock calendar on the way.
By the way, I'm seeing a ton more. What are you talking about lastly? Did we just skip a bunch of them?
Frank has decided to take
Did Frank-
editorial
Who, me?
control of the super chats,
make a
and
boo-boo?
he has
I mean-
decided what will and will not be shown on the screen.
Okay, I'm going to go from the bottom up.
Executive editor.
If Henry wins, will he call for a title fight? What's wrong with that question? What's controversial about that question?
Him and Jordan are bickering now. I didn't hear you.
Oh. If Henry wins, will he call for a title fight? I guess. I mean, they're all getting title shots, right?
Is he maybe comparing this to Usman?
Maybe, but I think it's a little bit different. I guess it's not, actually.
It'd be a three-fight losing streak, breaking it, and getting a dub.
It actually makes, if you compare the two, it actually makes it even that much crazier that one guy thinks he deserves a title shot. The difference is, the one that he has in his hat is like, oh yeah, but I took a fight at 185 2 years ago and I went the distance with Khamzat. So that should count for something. Now, Henry did have the eye poke situation. By the way, I defended Henry in that one. Actually, I think I defended him quite vociferously. And then we had Song Yadong even on the show that day, or maybe the next day. I was thinking about something those two guys said in that clip. And one thing that I found funny was like them calling me a glorified fan as some kind of an insult. And I find that funny because you guys make money because of the fans. Like, why is being a fan, if that was true, and of course I'm a fan, of course I love the sport, of course I watch it, and was once just a fan who wanted to do this for a living, but why is it an insult to be a fan? And why is it an insult to have like that sort of fandom for the sport? And why like to try to diminish me and discredit me, why would it go to like, oh, you're just a glorified fan? It's just a very weird thing to say, but that's their constant trash talk. It's always like misspeaking and missteps and whatnot. I mean, the funniest thing is they're on their show telling fighters not to go on my show. They're telling fighters, why would you go on his show? Like that's like some knock or shot at me. When, as you can see, just look at the channel, more often than not, the videos that do the best are the non-guest videos. So even if they were successful in convincing everyone to not come on the show, I think we'd be fine. I don't want that. I love the interviews, even if it means lesser. Like I enjoy this I love these interviews, love them. I get up for them. I get excited, and obviously there's different levels to them. But you're not like you want to believe that I'm dependent, that we sink or swim based on the fact that we get interviews or not. That's not true. The most successful show I ever did was DC and Helwani, and there were no interviews on that show. It's nonsense. So glorified fan, nonsense. We're reliant on the interviews, nonsense. Not credential, nonsense. Don't have the journalistic chops, nonsense. Discrediting us, nonsense.
Everyone stop chatting shit.
Okay, someone says, Chef Nerdman, please answer. Was everyone wrong about Patty? I sure as hell wasn't. We were talking to Patty and talking about how great he was long before the UFC was looking his direction, and all of you knew who he was. And even when he got to the UFC, I never subscribed to the notion that Paddy is just an entertainer or an influencer or any kind of nonsense out there. Paddy's very good, and he's getting better too. The version of Paddy that we saw in April was the best version we've ever seen of him. He's strong, he's athletic, he's great on the mat, he's a great grappler and jiu-jitsu practitioner. Striking has come a long way. So I don't know who the we is there, or everyone.
I'm guilty.
Fuck is we?
Yeah,
I was wrong about Paddy.
Yeah,
I didn't think he'd be able to beat most of the guys he beat. I don't think he'll beat Justin Gaethje. I'll be wrong again, probably.
I listen. I don't think he beat Jared Gordon.
No, he didn't beat Jared Gordon, but I didn't think he'd beat Michael Chandler, and especially not in the way he did. And I don't think he'll beat Justin Gaethje, and then he's going to go out there and do it. So yeah, I've been a doubter for Paddy. Still am.
And there are weirdos who think that that's like some kind of personal shot. No, I'm just saying who I thought won the fight. And by the way, again, I thought that he should be in the mix to fight for the belt. And I have no problem with Paddy fighting for the interim belt. It's the Gaethje component that I feel like is a little bit off here. It should be Paddy versus Arman. That's the fight. Here's Slept Rich. Why you don't get Khamzat? He's not with Ali. We've had Khamzat on before during this whole like Ali nonsense. And after he won, I did speak to his manager about having him on, and it didn't work out. But, you know, there's no real reason. When's the last time we had Khamzat on? We had him with Darren Till one time.
We had him after that as well. We had him
outside the chicken restaurant.
Chicken place. I think that was before Darren Till.
No.
Well, we had the pre-tape. I think that was after it.
Oh.
We had one with him after him and Till together. We had one more after that as well.
Yeah, so believe it or not, some guys are hard to get. I stand as witness and agree with Joey V. Vegas not for everyone, sadly. Who's Joey V?
Read the next
just scroll up to the 2 super chats above that Frank did not approve.
Okay.
From Joey V. I was good friends with Killishaw late 22-24. OG Spotify Live days. Shout out Poppy Live, my BFF.
Hell yeah.
We were all in Vegas for Sphere Card, and drunk Killishaw crashed out hard and turned his back on everyone.
Yes. Okay. Oh, there it is. All right. All right. Okay. Wow. There it is. Well, thank you. Appreciate it. Watch a vid of Ben Askren back in the gym after almost dying while Tom talks about not being able to lift/cardio to truly be inspired. Everything's different. You can't be comparing these two things. Guara says Cornette is saying he won't do your show. Heat? No. I mean, I never asked Cornette to do my show. Someone asked me, would you like to have him on? And I said, I'd love nothing more. I'm a big fan. I enjoy his commentary. I enjoy his work. I enjoy his place in the business. I don't know if he has any heat with me. I saw his co-host say that, what did he say? Like, we're over here. And I don't know if that means like we're just doing our thing over here or we're big time here, like the term over, the pro wrestling term over. But I don't know. No heat on me. I've never asked him to come on because I don't even know how to get to him, to be honest. But if they don't want to do the show, no problem. It's all good. Doesn't change how I feel, the respect that I have. I think he does a great job with his podcast. I'm not looking for any beef or any heat with the great Jim Cornette. No, thank you. I think we got it all, right? Did we get it all?
Who's to check?
It's hard, because now I'm like sifting through what did Armin gets to, no, we did that one. Okay, I think we got it all. Oh, it has to be, no, I think we got it all. Hey, Ariel, no, that was it. Okay, well, thank you to everyone who sent in the super chats. Let me just answer like a couple more here because I feel like we didn't get to as many as possible on the OTN front. Good day to you, Ariel, and the crew from Cole. Ariel, would you ever consider making another We Didn't Start the Fire song on the show? Do you guys remember that one? The MMA Hour's on Fire.
Where does that rank versus your Auld Lang Syne?
That was a great.
Addison loved editing that, so I think he's free to edit another one this year.
Man, what was the song again? How did it start? It was like, what a year it's been in MMA, na na na. I mean, I would sit down and write that, and it would just go. it would just like all come out. It would take me 5 minutes to write that. It would just flow out. It was crazy. Crazy. Oil Beef Hooked. Hey guys, true or false question. UFC 325 will be the retirement match for the following Aussie fighters: Volk, Whitaker, Krut, Tuivasa. I say false to all. How about that? What does unblind rank mean? I don't know what that is. That's just crazy. What are we going to unblind? What does that mean?
You get the things ahead of time and you just rank them. Not blind. You rank them, not blind.
Question for GC. Can you walk us through your real-time reaction to the tweet you were tagged in by King of 3PO last week? This is from Andrew G.
This is so crazy.
We're choosing specific tweets from a week ago that I got tagged in.
I think I know.
Do you know
exactly
the one?
Which one they're talking about?
No.
The one, the guy said something crazy and you said, why am I tagged in this?
Yeah, that has to be.
I mean, how many tweets
I
have you
remember.
actually
What
said,
was
why am I tagged?
That I responded to.
Yeah,
I mean, that would have helped. Yeah. Real-time reaction. I was sitting here with Rick.
Well,
and I
read
was
the
like-
tweet. Read the tweet.
I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, King of 3PO said, heaven will be great because I'll be able to see all my favorite fighters naked and sweaty in the sauna, and it won't even be gay. At Connor Burks, hashtag UFC 322. Completely just like
That's a great
out of the
one.
blue.
It's a great one.
And then I mean, it's an all-timer. And then it's an all-timer. I don't know why I'm the only one
Nobody
that
else
got tagged. And I said, why the fuck am I tagged in this? And then
Who's
I went
the
on
check?
the guy's... I went on the guy's account and it's like UFC Qatar final predictions. And then just like excited to see how UFC 322 shapes out. And then you have Pantoja and Merab on 323. Wow, that heavyweight fight was boring. Like it's just all these normal tweets. It just came out of nowhere.
Shit.
I don't know what happened. Shout
You
out
felt
to-
like you would understand. You felt like you would get it.
I guess. I mean, he never answered me.
Just Connor.
He never answered me on why I was tagged. He didn't respond.
How about this
know
guy
why.
actually picking it up?
This guy? Yeah, no. For some reason, my response got a lot of traction.
Okay.
And then Ben Davis responded with crying emojis, and King of 3PO responded to him, but not me, and says,
What?
The dude 2 cubicles over from me doesn't know this is what I think about at 10 a.m. on a weekend.
Wow.
Yo, this guy's
That's
a freak.
inside knowledge. I appreciate
man.
that.
He's freaky deaky.
King of 3PO is a little sus.
He's freaky deaky.
That's
great.
Need more Frank coming at you with a heavy-hitting observation. I must say, Frank's drink choices, especially tonic with espresso, and his love of shrimp cocktail at any time of the day officially makes Frank a national treasure. He must be protected at all costs. Is your wife's account? But for real, that drink choice has had beachfront real estate in my head since I heard it. May I please get a meow?
Actually, I don't have that one anymore.
Wow.
Yeah.
The Last Irish Bender. Hey Ariel, love the show and watching you, Pizzi and the boys, having the crack week in and week out. I saw a recent video from Patrick Gavia. He does a great job, Montrealer, that talks about Joe Rogan and how podcasts have replaced mainstream media as news sources for people nowadays. What responsibility do you think your podcast and other podcasts have to give accurate and unbiased news to people so they are not misinformed? I mean, I take that very seriously. This is my CBS Evening News. So I don't view it as podcast mainstream media. I view us as mainstream combat media. And so, yes, I don't come on here and tell you fake news, false news, misinformed news, whatever you want to call it. I take it very seriously, and I take our track record very seriously. I do think that the days of people sitting down at 6 or 6:30 to watch the local news or the national news, you know, obviously they still get a lot of viewership, but as the younger generation is getting older, they're not consuming news the same way. They're listening to podcasts, they're consuming YouTube. The times they are changing, just like back in the day, they didn't have radios, and then they had radios, and then they had TVs, and then the internet came along, and there were newspapers, and now newspapers are a little more, obsolete, and people are reading their news online, and they're getting it via social media. There's a lot of things, and so it's up to you, the consumer, to understand who's real and who's not, who's informed and who's not, who's on the ball and who's not. It's up to you to know who are. You could still find very good, trustworthy sources. You could also very easily find misinformed, BS, untrustworthy sources.
And not only that, I think you said the perfect thing, which is that media literacy is as important as ever. It is so important. not only can you find untrustworthy sources, but you can be confused about what the intention of something is, right? Something may be for entertainment and not for news purposes, right? I don't consider Joe Rogan like sitting around reacting to stuff a viable source of news coverage. Like that's not his lane, that's not his role. Whereas you may be learning about news items from that, contrasted to the idea of like if you are talking about a report on something that you've done the work on and reported on this show, that has a different purpose than just reacting to, hey, this fight was made, let's react to that. Media literacy is extremely important, and it is up to us to like educate ourselves and understand what the purpose of each of these different podcasts is, what the purpose of these news sources is, and who is reliable and who is not, as you said.
Yeah, it's now more challenging than ever because there just used to be TV news, local news, national news, newspaper. You didn't have to sift through the BS, and now you do. And there are times where you see people getting influenced by fake news. I don't like that term, but there is not like I see people like I'll go to the gym and my trainer will be like, "You see, the Knicks are going to go after AD. I saw this on Instagram." I'm like, "Well, where did you see this? This is nonsense." You know, like there's pages that make up fake trades and stuff like that. Nonsense.
News and entertainment have also intertwined in a way that is very difficult to unpack now for some.
Here's Ryan Goss. Hey, Ariel, Ryan from Swansea, Wales here. Shout out. My girlfriend knows nothing about MMA apart from dropping the occasional, would you do it for Alex Pereira anytime I don't want to do something? Anyway, she's studying journalism in uni, and we often have debates on what it means to be a journalist and also a good journalist. Just wondering if you could give her a little insight as to what this means to you and what are the most important values and how it's important to report facts and not include feelings. Keep up the great work. Well, first of all, shout out to Wales. Been there once, loved it. Shout out to the Welsh national team, my guy Brennan Johnson, also Stevie Cooper, Nico Williams. I'm kind of big on the Welsh football squad. In any event, it's something I take a lot of pride in. Again, people like Kamaru and Henry who know nothing about journalism, who know nothing about what it takes to be a journalism, kind of throw it around and they think journalists are people who just kiss their ass and talk to them before fights and write articles, whatever the hell they were talking about there. I went to school to become a journalist. I learned about journalism. I took all kinds of journalism classes. I took radio, I took writing, I took newspaper writing, I took video editing, I took local news reporting, all that and more. I actually went to school for this because I was very interested in it. I used to consume, magazines and newspaper and watch the news as a kid. Like I was taken by all of it. And I've said this before, part of the reason why I love the name Walter, my middle son's name, is because of Walter Cronkite. And I would hear as a kid that Walter Cronkite was called and known as the most trusted man in America. They refer to him as Uncle Walter. And if he said something, the world believed it, or at least the United States, because he was the anchor of the CBS Evening News. And I love that. And I always strive for that. And I want people to feel the same way about me. I don't think I will ever have 1/10 the career that Walter Cronkite had. He's one of the greatest of all time, so respected and loved. But I want you to believe that when I say something, it is the truth. Now, of course, I'm a human being. I have feelings, I have emotions. You kind of get that. But when I tell you news, it is not wrapped up in bias. And when I tell you news, when I tell you information, it is true. And I dare you to point out one time in which I did either A or B. It's never happened. And it never will happen. And so that's why I was thinking about this yesterday with Kayla. She's saying like victim mentality. It's not victim mentality. I never say woe is me. I never say, cry for me. I never talk about the things that have happened. There are some things that you guys don't even know that have happened to me. And the money I've lost, the opportunities that I've lost. I've never come on here and talked about those things. I come on here to defend myself. I come on here to defend what I believe in. I come on here to defend journalism, to defend my track record, to defend our show. Because when they're talking about me, they're talking about all of us. They're trying to discredit all of us. They're talking about Uncrowned. They're talking about everything we do here, the shows. They don't think so because they don't hold these things, these values, to the same high regard that I do. But I do. Just like they hold wrestling to a high regard, just like they care about that, and the nationals and the tournaments and the Olympics, I feel the same way about all of this. It's not just about sitting behind a microphone and speaking into a camera over here on a Zoom stream and it's split screen and you're talking to your buddy about some nonsense, about some news that usually you get from shows like this one. It's not about that for me. It's about the responsibility of sitting here and being honest with the public, bringing you the newsmakers, talking about the news, and quite frankly, like holding those in power in check. I feel like we need to talk about the belt being diminished. I feel like we need to talk about the lack of enthusiasm when it comes to the promotion. I think these things matter. I think this is all part of covering a sport. And there's other things that are part of covering a sport. The gambling stuff, the eye poke stuff, the John Jones stuff, the negotiations. Tell me once that we have led you astray. It's never happened. So not qualified? No, overqualified. That's what I would say. And if you want to talk about HBO Real Sports and the Olympics and all these other things that I think add to the qualification, we could get into that as well. Just a couple more here. And so, by the way, just to answer this young man's question, it's about being honest. It's about being truthful. It's about being, unbiased. It's about understanding the responsibility. It's about taking pride in your work. It's about saying things and hoping that the people believe you because you have done your research, you have spoken to the people, you have asked around, you have done what a good journalist does, and that is do the proper legwork before you actually report something. Not hope that it's right, not ask one person and, take a shot, and if it fails, okay, on to the next one. No, every time you say something, it better be right. And if you're not sure about that, just don't say it. Better to be, right in fifth than first and wrong, in my opinion. Mark Trina wants to know, Ariel, what's up with the Kamaru GOAT talk? Where did this come from? Do fighters truly believe this? Do they not like GSP? I'm baffled by this. I mean, GSP is arguably the overall GOAT, let alone welterweight GOAT, and he had almost double the number of title defenses. Talk some sense into people. I just think it's newer fans, or I think it's people just jumping on things, or it's just like, hey, say something enough, and it will be, it will be a reality. It will come to fruition. But it's not the truth, and it's not my personal feeling. Just look at the stats. You don't have to have had 20 fights in the UFC or an Olympic gold medal or be a national champion or anything like that. Just look at the actual stats. We went through them last week. It's not even like you could have, at this point we could debate like, oh, Islam or Khabib or Anderson or Fedor. Like this one is not one of those. I'm sorry. Abe wants to know. And it's not personal, by the way. I've never had a negative thing to say about Kamaru, his run, any of that. In fact, my relationship with Colby deteriorated after I thought Colby's trash talk towards Kamaru was inappropriate, unacceptable, and borderlining on racist. But whatever. Abe wants to know when there's going to be a fight feast for Nigerian food, and he wants to know if you'll do it before the AJ fight, GC.
No.
Okay. Why not?
Takes time. We're not gonna have the time to do that.
Okay.
Nigerian food for Anthony Joshua?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not gonna happen.
Let me find one last one. Okay, here it is. Link 1. Hey all. I was there for the birth of most drops, Jazz Davicius, Humi, James DeHuna, to name a few. Every time I hear them, I remember exactly where I was when their origin story was born. It feels great, almost as if I'm part of a niche community whenever they're played. So thank you all for creating this awesome environment. Suck it, man. And,
Shut up, Booze! Suck it, man!
And effing illegal.
That's fucking illegal.
Are my personal faves. Also, Frankie, add me on Xbox Link 1.
Oh, that's a shout out. I'll find you on GameSpy, brother.
Can I just tell you something? There's nothing. As someone who grew up listening to Howard Stern and Dan Patrick and Jim Rome and all these guys, these inside jokes are everything to me, are my life. Like the add me on or the drops, the fact that we have reached a point where there's a community and that people care to this degree, and that I go on the CBC YouTube page and I see that's effing illegal or it's tough or who's to check. Like the joy that you bring to me, I can't even express it. It's hard for me to put into words. So thank you all. Appreciate you all. My man. That one still like on the fence about.
No, that's the best one. That's our favorite.
So good.
That's
I'm
our
still
favorite.
a little.
My man.
You see, and you always exaggerate it. You always exaggerate. I don't-
Trip play.
My man. No.
My man.
Who was that to again? Devin?
Devin Haney.
Yeah. That you
Gonna
know that
play
was
first.
that was dripping with like passive aggressiveness,
Yes.
right? Okay. I just want to make sure. By the way, speaking of Devin Haney, Bill Haney, his father, going to be joining us in studio tomorrow. A lot going on in his world. Can't wait to hear what he has to say about Eddie Hearn's critique of his son's fight, where Devin goes from here, Teofimo, Shakur, on and on it goes. Chris Bungard, the pride of Scotland, who just had a big win in Cage Warriors, also dabbles in the world of pro wrestling. He too is going to join us in studio tomorrow. So two, count them, 2 in-studio guests. Malcolm Wellmaker, in his first chat, at least with us, since the loss to Ethan Ewing, he will join us tomorrow on the program. And we'll have one other guest, at least one other guest, who will be stopping by with some news. More on him tomorrow. So we'll leave it at that for now. Another great show has come and gone. A great show tomorrow. But it is time.
Please stop dugging it. It's the only thing I've ever asked you not to do.
To say goodbye. Time to say goodbye.
You know that song is about World War I, right?
Is that true?
Yes.
Andrea Bocelli?
It's about saying goodbye to someone who's about to go to war.
Okay, it's about like the emotions
You
that
can
you
do
feel.
closing time, like you don't have to go home, but you
Closing
can. There you
time.
Sing "Baby It's Cold Outside."
go. Oh Jesus!
Oh, the weather
No,
outside
no.
is frightful.
Okay,
Is
yeah,
that not
one-
it?
that one's
Baby,
fun.
it's cold outside.
I really
I can't stay. Baby, it's cold outside.
Abort.
I have to go away. Baby,
in
it's
this drink?
cold out there.
What's in this drink?
No.
No.
No, that actually is a
No, that actually is. But no.
You don't sing that song on this program.
Oh, that's right. Is that in the song?
Oh yeah.
Frankie.
Did you know this from a Jewish composer?
Did you see, did we talk about this on air? Goo Goo Dolls? Tiny
Yes,
table? Tiny
yes,
desk?
Tiny desk. We talked about it last week.
We did on the show?
Yes, sir.
Oh, it was great. And I'll give up forever. Did you ever see them playing in Buffalo on July 4th in the rain?
I did see that.
It's one of the all-time
Good
great.
friend sent it to me.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Frankie.
My man.
Yes. Well, it's been a great day, guys. Thank you so much to everyone who's stopped by. Thank you very much to the great Tom Aspinall. Get well soon. Thank you very much to Sugar Sean O'Malley. Much love to him. And of course, welcome back and thank you to the one and only Arnold Allen. Thanks to you. Thanks to them. Back tomorrow, same time, place. Till they say peace. I'm out of here.